Ooh. Ooh. I'm so glad that we made it to this week. I'm so glad that this show is about to be over with because it's been a mess. But this is my live reaction to the Ultimatum Season 3, Episode 9, and the reunion. They gave us both. They're not making us wait till 9 p.m. And honestly, they shouldn't because this is a mess. Let's wrap this up. We're done. So I'm going to give you my live reaction, like I said. While doing that, I obviously can't show you the screen while I'm live streaming, but you'll be able to hear it. I'll pause here and there, but I'm going to go all the way through. It's going to be one episode right into the next. So hang out with me, comment. I want to talk to you guys if you're watching it, or if you have watched it. If you've watched it, don't come in here dropping spoilers. Don't come in here dropping spoilers. All right. Let's get started. Let's go right in. I've been refreshing. So I started episode 8. I don't know why it wasn't worth watching, honestly. So we're jumping right into Ultimatum Day.
Someone in the relationship issued an ultimatum.
I did.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to explore two very different visions of what your married life could be like.
What a mess of a season.
I lay in bed being like, God, please let Scotty act like Caleb.
I came in,
Yikes.
I love you, sure that I was gonna ask her to marry me, and I'm just not sure right now.
Oh my fucking God.
Will you leave here engaged to the person you arrived with?
I love you.
I feel like we can work through anything.
And that's why I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
Will you leave with the person you chose?
I've been curious about your connection with Arya.
You're a perfect duo.
Or
They really
will
were.
you walk out alone?
Caleb and Arya were really good together. I wish that was explored more.
You know what I want, and if you can't give that to me, then I need you to let me go.
Do you currently have feelings for Sandy right now?
Broke up. Like leaving here with her? Probably not.
Probably not.
JR.
Hi.
You're a sight for sore eyes.
Days when no blessings will come, years where my dreams come undone.
I came into this experience and an engagement ring made me nervous because I knew at the time I wasn't ready to be married.
No one can escape.
And he's still not. I don't know what we're doing here at this point. Let's get through this.
Sorrow and the pain.
Now, after 2 trial marriages, I feel like I have clarity.
I'll stand
That you should stay single.
Looking at this engagement ring, it means committing to one person for the rest of my life.
and not be denied. It's always been there inside.
Sandy and I had a great trial marriage. I'm happy that I have you, and I'm excited about the future.
I'm here with you. Like, I want you to know that for real.
I mean, it's a lot.
Oh.
We learned a lot about each other.
That's so crazy to me watching them kiss, especially because Nick spiraled so hard finding out that they kissed twice. When we all know that they kissed multiple times, and in just that scene alone, they kissed twice. And that's not even the first time they kissed. Oh my God. Someone check on Nick.
Sandy was able to see me, and that's what you want in a partner. And so, just to see her today would be huge, because I want answers.
I forgot they were kissing up at the pool too. Oh my God. And we're all on the same page, right? We know that it went past kissing, right? Mm.
Hi.
You're a sight for sore eyes. Want to sit down?
Yeah.
Awkward.
It's been a while, 2 months.
I don't have any predictions. Well, let me not say that. I this can go many ways. I don't think that JR is going to um marry either one of them, or propose rather to either one of them. I think if he does propose to Sandy, I think Sandy will turn him down, cuz Sandy strikes me as someone that will stay with Nick just off of comfort. Um I think that's why she stayed with him this entire time. Honestly, truly. Uh she knows Nick. The family knows Nick. And though they were so excited to see JR, we all saw it. I think she's going to stay in that comfort zone. What that will yield her, I don't think it will yield much. I don't think Nick is going to ultimately show up for her the way she wants. And it might not be the right time for either one of them. So, I don't know. But I think this little conversation they're gonna have will be a waste of everybody's time. Let's keep going.
Do you feel like you got what you were looking for when you initially decided to go through this experience?
I feel like I got way more than what I was looking for. Like I got what I was looking for and then some. Yeah. It's wild.
Man, tell me about it.
Sorry.
You showed that you actually cared about who I was as a human being. And I love how you see the good in people. And I think you saw the good in me. And it helped me really be myself. Like, I've never been this vulnerable before in my entire life.
I know.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like being open and
She said she
about
got
my
more.
feelings. I did not
And
expect
then
to
some,
get
y'all.
out of this what I did.
What's the then some?
But I have no regrets.
Everything happens for a reason and everything happens the way that it's supposed to.
Facts.
We took a big risk. We didn't play it safe. We both really gave it our all. And it's given all of us clarity, like on what we came here for. And definitely in this situation, it's hard. You can't please everybody.
Yeah. But you gotta put yourself first. And we talked about that.
Yeah.
We came into this experience with 3 options. Like, propose to the person that we came here with, leave with your trial partner, or leave here single. It all comes down to this. I got answers. Well, that was the whole point of this.
This whole experience, in a way, is a test to really see what your truth is. You just have to live your truth.
Let's get to the point.
Good.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
They drag it.
Obviously, it's a tricky place to be
Where's
in
my
because
blanket?
there's outside factors, but I think we've obviously developed a really close connection, but like we're not leaving here together necessarily. I think that we could always be friends or be in each other's lives at some point. I don't know, but I'll always be rooting for you.
Yeah.
I just have to go with my gut,
Yeah.
you know?
I hope the decision that you're making is for you.
Okay, let's stop for a second. Let's stop for a second. She didn't even let him get to the point of asking or not asking. She's like, full stop. We're friends. This was cute. Whatever we did, that was cute. Um, she's like, I think we could be friends after this, you know? Like I said before, she's gonna go back to what she knows. I didn't think that she was gonna cut to the chase the way she did. But I guess in this way, it's kind of letting him down easy. So if he went there possibly thinking there was a chance, she's just putting a bow on it. That's the way she did it. Sandy. I don't know what she gets from Nick, but she definitely didn't get anything from JR. Oh, she did. For 3 weeks. All right. Back to the foolishness.
And
Yeah.
no one else.
Yeah. I feel confident in the decision and I'm excited, you know? I feel good about it.
I know that you're in love with Nick. Like, I know that's not going to change. I know
Yeah.
that that's your man. But a lot of love for Zaina, too.
Yeah.
You know, I had doubts about...
I need you to see this face. Look at this face. Does that look like the face of someone who's in love? Because the moment he said, I know you're in love with Nick, frown. She was smiling before. There's a frown on her face now. Yikes. Sandy's going home single. If she says yes to Nick, I would be very surprised. Because this face is telling me everything I need to know. And it's not, I love Nick and I'm going to stay with Nick. Oof.
The idea of marriage and her, I had a lot of questions coming into this experience. And going through the trial of marriage with you and the trial of marriage with Zaina, I got so many questions answered about marriage, about my doubts that I had no reason to put on her. But yeah, I'm just, anxious to see Zaina and talk about our decision.
You feel confident in your decision? Yeah. If you and Zaina walk out of here engaged, like, I will be very, very happy for you guys.
Yeah.
Because I really adore and respect the two of you. And if you decide to walk out of here alone, I'll be rooting for you.
That means a lot. All right.
I'm sorry.
Good luck. You got
I
this.
do not believe
You
this.
got
You got this.
Yeah. I'm excited for you.
Excited for you
Happy
too.
for you. And I'm grateful for you.
Me too.
I do not
See you
believe
on the other
this.
side.
She doesn't believe this.
Bye.
Bye. Let's try and hold it together.
Not JR saying he needs to hold it together. Why do you need to hold it together, JR? Alright. Zayn and JR. Ultimatum.
It's ultimatum day, and I woke up feeling a lot of emotions. Physically, I just feel very anxious.
Don't really know what the future looks like.
I love JR. I issued him an ultimatum, and I need him to actually be honest with himself, because anytime future talk would come up, he would be dismissive.
He's
I love
dismissive
Zaina. That's the love of my
because he
life.
doesn't want to get married to you.
But do not
Girl.
go through a divorce again. The next person that I marry, that's it.
If you see me in your dreams, come and kiss me.
Zaina's so pretty.
As awkward as it was, I am glad that
She even gives me a little bit of Cardi B.
Even throughout the crash and burn. He genuinely just wants
Really
to
pretty.
love on someone. He wants to build a family with someone. So when you have that level
And her
of excitement
personality
and
matches,
optimism for
you know,
a future, you
not just a pretty
look
face.
at things differently. I know this is something I definitely want with someone who wants it just as badly with me, because I don't want to be in a one-sided relationship.
I don't think I would have issued the
She got
ultimatum
Scotty
if I
all the
didn't
way
feel
together.
like I was ready myself to be a husband.
You're showing up.
feel like I've gotten a lot closer to Zaina through this experience. I feel like I see you like in a new light.
Is it good light? Good lighting?
It's blinding.
Been holding on such a long time. Never gave up the fire.
I love JR so much. I'm more in love with him than when we started. I just need him to see the bigger picture of how we can leave here together, how you can have your cake and eat it too. You can still pursue your dreams, but have your woman by your side. I love my Mimi.
Was that his hang up with all this? I don't remember that being his hesitation with wanting to marry Zaina. Honestly, at this point, so much has happened. I don't really know what the hang up was in any of the relationships. Maybe it'll kind of come back to me. But he didn't think he can continue to pursue his dreams while being married to Zaina? Was that the reason? Why would he think that? She seems like a go-getter. I don't really know what any of them do for a profession. I mean, he has his personal fitness stuff and whatever. I don't know. I just don't feel like Zaina's gonna be the type of woman that's like, hey, I need you to slow down. She doesn't even seem like the one that wants to slow down. But she does seem like the type that's not about to waste her time. So she's like, either be with me the way I want you to be with me, or let me go. And let me find somebody that's willing to give me what I want. Just saying. But the fact that she wanted him to see that he can have his cake and eat it too, I didn't realize that was the issue. This season's been weird.
This is it. This is the last moments of us on this journey. Whatever we decide on will forever change our lives.
Taking it slow. It's slow ass time.
Alexis_OWP1 just followed.
Hey Alexis, thank you for following.
Look nice.
So do you.
JR, wrap this up.
How you feeling? The face expressions say it all.
I mean, definitely anxious. Time to face the big decision.
Did you sleep last night?
I slept like a baby.
Let him know.
Did you sleep?
Nah, I was up tossing and turning, just contemplating everything.
Coming here, I just had a lot of questions about you, us. I thought for some reason, like maybe JR just doesn't see me as a potential wife. But as I've gone through the experience, I've kind of gotten the reassurance that I needed from outside perspective too, to be like, hey, you do possess like these qualities. Like, it's not you. I've regained some confidence that was missing and I didn't even know was missing.
Good.
Because I thought I was confident, and then I'm just like, I'm actually kind of really insecure in like the space we were in our relationship. Now I just feel like I've gotten a lot of reassurance.
The fact that Zaina's talking about she wasn't confident, girl, you're that girl. I'm glad she figured it out. I'm glad, because if she stayed in that space, she might have ended up with someone like Scotty. Yikes. Because that is who that individual is for, the insecure woman, the woman that doesn't know their worth. Arya, I'm talking to you. I hope you found out. I hope you figured it out. Whether it be at the end of this episode or by the reunion, Arya better not still be with Scotty. That much I know. But I'm glad that Zaina figured it out. And I'm hoping that this means that she's gonna walk away from JR.
Reassurance. I've even gotten that reassurance from you too in this experience.
That makes me happy.
I just feel like we've made a lot of progress, which is cool.
I never thought I'd be in this predicament, like issued an ultimatum, but I do love you, obviously, and I wanted to go through it to see what we can get out of it. And I saw you with somebody else, and hearing about your experience with someone else, and me being away from you for that time, I was like, I get it now. I'm thankful for the 3 weeks that we had. Yes, we argued, we fought, we had fun, we had good times. Just 3 weeks of, to me, almost bliss. It was just us spending time with each other.
Yeah.
You have a pure heart, and you have so much.
Look at this face, y'all. What do they call it? Like impending doom. Like she... And I didn't show you guys, but they're like standing away from each other. Typically, what I've seen in the other seasons is when they approach each other, they're like holding hands, kind of like at a I don't know, a wedding. They're at least embracing each other in some way. And the way he's speaking about like, oh yeah, these 3 weeks have been so fun. It's like, sir, you've been with her for 3 years. 3 weeks. That's something that you say to Sandy. 3 weeks was cute. This is 3 years. And so, you know, unfortunately, Zaina's face is giving like she knows. She knows she's not going to get a proposal today. And I need her to know, which I'm sure she's figured out. Time has passed. She won. She won. She did not need to marry this man. He's not the guy. But in this moment, I feel for her because you can see in her face there's a sadness. So, Zaina, bittersweet.
Of love and good energy, toxic positivity.
Oh my God.
Yikes.
Give.
Not toxic positivity.
Feels good, don't you think?
I think so.
Seeing you today, I see you different from how we came in here because you've grown emotionally. You listening to me, you're more emotionally vulnerable. You told me things I never knew about you before in your past. Yeah. Now I see you in a different light.
Likewise. I obviously deeply love you. Like, I feel closer to you than I have in our past 3 years together. I think we are finally seeing each other fully for, like, who the other person is.
Yeah. Finally, right? After 3 years.
After almost 3 years.
This is so awkward.
3 weeks.
2 months.
It's a crazy thing to think about.
Insane.
I'm glad that we both decided to commit to it.
Me too. It was all for a reason.
Yeah.
She's like,
You know,
when they say smile doesn't reach their eyes, her smile's not reaching her eyes.
Are you just doing it to please your friends? Are you doing it just because you want a ring or the big wedding or kids or rushing your time clock? And, you know, looking back, I'm like, that was stupid. Like, you're just looking for a commitment.
Exactly.
I apologize for casting doubt on you and using my past relationships to judge you before even giving you a chance. Like, you've been nothing but amazing to me. You showed me a love that I'd never seen before. And you showed me so much love and care, and you know, I just wanted to thank you for that.
They're like finally holding hands.
I wasn't ready to receive it.
A hand.
Before this.
He's been leaned away from her the entire time. Finally holding
I think you make a
hands.
fantastic
Come
wife,
on.
mother, experiencing life to the fullest. And when I think about that, I vision myself loving you and giving you 100% of what I have to make you happy, and fighting for our family, treating you like you deserve. I can see all that with you. And when I look at myself now, I don't think I'm at that point to give you what you deserve.
Wait a minute. Netflix, I cannot stand you. Kinetic, I cannot stand you. Just the way they built the music up, and the words and this and that. He's doing exactly what I thought he was gonna do. But they really try to convince us. Like they had that moment where they held hands. He's like pouring into her. He's like, "You showed me love," and ooh, ooh, ooh. All to be like, I can't give you what you need. I can't. Oh my goodness, the build up. And then literally the moment he said that, the hands dropped. Oh. Why did y'all do that? Oh, I love it. Build us up and then just drop us. I can't. Zaina's face. Girl, trust me, you did not lose here. You did not lose. If you see this, you won.
I feel like you have like this vision of what a perfect husband is in relation to a perfect marriage with a perfect setup. And you're waiting to be that person. And I've always wanted to grow with you.
I'm not waiting to be perfect, but I at least want to be at a level where I feel comfortable stepping into that role and bringing life into the world and being that rock, that provider, that supporter for the person that I love. And in this moment, I just don't feel like that.
Okay. Let's part ways.
I've gotten the answers that I need. I hope you did too. I think the right decision right now for me is to leave here single.
Yeah. I do think you will be an amazing husband one day when you are ready to be a husband. But deep down, I just knew you weren't ready.
She did. She did.
Now, look in your eyes, I just think about the past 3 years and the good times that we've had. Make me cry.
Why? Why are we getting this?
Oh, baby.
Why? We don't need this. We don't need JR's tears. We don't need this moment. We don't need Zaina comforting him after she just got dumped. Let's be clear. He just dumped her. Maybe I'm not mature enough. Like this right here. I'm not comforting you. No. Asadi. I'm not comforting you after you've dumped me. She talking about some, oh baby. Oh baby what? Oh no. I'm not comforting you. And I wouldn't be surprised if JR's been acting up long before she brought him here. Sorry. I'm not saying he was out here just in the streets. I just think he's still in the era of his life at the time in which this was being recorded that he needs validation. He still needs external validation. He needs to start validating himself. He needs to be doing that inner work because everything he wants, everything he relies on, all external. And that's why he's unhappy still. Yep. In two different places in life.
I love you so much.
Show me so much love.
Yeah, what did you do for her? He keeps talking about how much love he's been given. What did you do for her?
Love you.
Still my favorite person. Love you
Not
too.
your favorite person, Zaina. Enough. I cannot. I can't.
I've never seen him cry. I think the last time he told me he cried was like when he was 15 or something. And I don't know. Like, I hate seeing him like this, but I'm also just like, this could have ended differently. And maybe he could have like shifted his perspective a little bit more and taken the risk of getting engaged to me and not thinking about the downfall.
Girl,
It just
no.
doesn't feel right.
Again, this is very fresh in which, like when she's going through it, so the reaction is normal. In the last episode, they were talking about how, oh, let's spend this time really getting to know each other. You've been together for 3 years. Talking about, I feel like we need to dig deeper. What have y'all been doing for 3 years? Quickly, tell us what you've been doing for 3 years. That you need to dig deeper. I need to get to know you. And now she's saying here that this is the first time that she's seen this man cry. And that the last time he's cried is when he was 15. Girl. I don't want to be with somebody that can't be vulnerable with me. That's not comfortable enough to be vulnerable with me. It shouldn't take 3 years for someone to be vulnerable with you. And if it does, this person's just not for you. It doesn't say anything about you. It just says more about him or whoever the person is. It's moments like this that I wish that Zaina was a little bit more immature. Get activated. I don't know. I'm just tired. I didn't want to see my girl like this.
I don't know, it's tough. It hurts. You know, I want to love and it's just hard, you know? You see a life with somebody and you gotta let that person go after so much time. It's just tough.
It's taking everything in me not to fast forward. Because typically I would have been like,
I deserve that. I want that.
I'll be
life,
clicking
but
through. I'm done with you, JR.
Something else was calling me, and I'm not ready.
I'm not questioning if the love was real. Like, I know the love is real. It's just, I don't know. It's a choice that he has to, like, live with.
I can't do this.
There's a fire in my bones telling me I am not alone, and it gets brighter.
Having issued the ultimatum, the weight of the day has settled in that this is a huge decision. This is going to be potentially the beginning of forever with Caleb, or the end. I think regardless of the outcome, I would really just thank him for the love that he's given, because I've never experienced a love like this, and I'm just really grateful.
Taking them down, yeah, one by one. All of the pieces I've undone.
No one's ever loved me in the way that Mariah has, but the main thing that's weighed on me being only her second partner, that there's just someone else waiting for her that's better. That's daunting.
I don't care if you're hearing no word I say.
Where do y'all think that's coming from? This idea that someone could be better. Why do you think Caleb has internalized this thought? Why does he not think he's enough? Does he think because she's younger, she won't be satisfied? Like she needs just more experiences? Not everybody's like that. Not everybody needs like a whole bunch of, you know, experiences, a whole era, you know. Not everybody needs that. And I don't say hoe in like a negative way. I just mean like out here in the streets. Not everybody needs to be in the streets. I think what he needs to focus on is that she needs therapy. That she has codependency issues. That more or less should be where he's looking versus, I don't know, this idea that someone else better is out there. I don't know. I don't understand where this is coming from. Also, am I the one that, like, from what I can see, I adore Caleb. He's chill. He's just a little too chill. Like, he's constantly, the wavelength he's on, just real monotone. Life is down here. He's cruising. I just want to see him get, you know, excited. I don't need him to get angry. I don't need that. But I just feel like his energy level's really low. Now, granted, with Arya, you know, he smiled more. He was a little bit more himself, but he also looked at that like, this is the homie. He could be like that with his friends. I just wish that translated more into his relationship. I don't know. What's the conclusion here? Mariah needs therapy. That's where I'm at. And I hope he doesn't propose to her out of some kind of fear. He needs to know. And that's across the board. If you're going to marry somebody, you need to know. He still has too many doubts. What's the point of doing this?
My trial marriage with Arya led me to a lot of self-reflection and a lot of revelations about who I am.
They smiled so much. They were so cute together.
It wouldn't be possible without you.
I really wish they
That's what makes a good
explored
partnership.
that romantic side.
I realize now marriage is the ultimate partnership. It's your teammate, it's your best friend.
They were so cute.
In the beginning stages of this experience, I definitely felt frustrated with Caleb that we weren't aligned on marriage, and I was so oblivious to the fact that there's so much internal work I need to do. After Micah left the experience and I was...
At least she figured it out. I hope y'all heard that. She says there was internal work that she had to do. She figured that out. She had time to spend by herself. She needs more time to be alone. To really figure out who she is, to figure out her needs, figure what she needs. I hope they part ways. Obviously, they're going to be still close, but I don't think right now they should be with one another.
I was here alone. It shook me to my core that what if Caleb truly was gone? I just wanted to gauge where you're at with Caleb. Could you potentially see yourself pursuing Caleb more than this, friendship that you've developed?
Arya did not answer that question. She answered it, but we know.
Mariah is a very serious girl, and I'm keeping things fun and light. The sweet spot is somewhere in between the two. And through this experience, I've got clarity on what I needed in my relationship and what I need from Mariah.
I just hope he can see I'm ready to marry him, and it's just a matter of him being confident in marriage with me. We're going to be either committing ourselves to one another or venturing off alone. It's going to change how our life will be.
They always find such beautiful venues for this moment. Where are they again? I don't remember. If you guys know where they are, drop it in the comment, because
You look so
comments,
good.
because I've already forgotten.
Wow.
You look amazing.
Can I kiss you?
They're so cute, guys. Look, they're so cute. He looks sharp. You know what I'm saying? Caleb, 10, 10, 10s. You know, Mariah's pretty too. They look good together. They just shouldn't be together. Hopefully they've both figured that out, and we're gonna get to that conclusion now. But they just look so cute. But this goes back to what I said before. You see how immediately they're holding hands? JR. Such a waste of my time. Such a waste of everybody's time.
Wow.
How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah. I want to thank you for even being here. I know you came grudgingly, but I hope that it was worth it. And
Yeah, I think any chance to grow is worth it.
I think that is such a beautiful thing that we found that. And definitely, I feel like even in this experience, I've transformed
Yeah,
a
you're
lot.
constantly growing. You've gone this far all on your own. And what is the point of having a partner if not someone to help you along the way?
Thank you.
For sure.
I appreciate you. I would love to spend the rest of forever with you.
Would you?
Of course. Yeah. I gave you the ultimatum.
I know, but some people haven't stood by their ultimatums, and
It's true.
they've come to this point and felt differently than they did when they first walked in. So
I still feel very eager and excited to create a life with you, and I'm so grateful that you've been so honest and transparent, and all of that makes for a really great husband. So I appreciate you.
yeah, I love you. The level of faith you've had, it's been incredible.
You're my best friend, and
You're mine as well.
I couldn't imagine life without you. But there's obviously two outcomes. We either get engaged or we separate. And if, for whatever reason, we don't work out and you don't want to get engaged or maybe continue in this relationship, I've just come to peace with a lot of things.
I guess that's kind of what leads me into my... I had to write some things because I usually struggle with voicing them. All right, hold my hand for this. Whenever I think of tomorrow, you're always there with me. Because the love that you've shown me is something I never knew I was missing. And now that I have it in my life, I can't imagine my life without you. You've helped me celebrate my wins, and more importantly, reassure me through my hard times. Somehow you made me feel more loved than before. It scared me. It scared me because some days you love me more than I love myself. As I look at you today, I am no longer afraid. I see the woman you are. and how you've shown up for everyone around you. If you allow me, I'll show up for you in the same way. I'll be the one that reminds you that you're loved and taken care of, both physically.
Not you crying,
and emotionally.
Caleb. We don't want you to cry.
For the last 2 years, I've had the honor of watching you grow. And with each day that you've grown, so has my love for you. So, if you are ready, can we begin forever?
Oh. Come on, Mariah.
Yes.
Girl, get it together.
Love you too.
Despite the fact that I think that they need a little more time, I do think that they can figure it out. He seems very emotionally intelligent. She clearly has found, or, you know, self-awareness. Not to say she didn't have it before, but more of it. Realizing that she might be the reason why things aren't moving forward, that there are things that she really needs to work through. And I love that she found that. I think if she can always be working towards that, they can find middle ground and she can kind of relax. So then they can have a little more fun in their relationship. But they're cute together. I look forward to see if they're still together in the reunion, which I think there's a high possibility that they will be. But that was so cute. And that little moment, he's like ready to put it like on her ring and she's just staring at him. He's looking at her. It's like, girl, speak up. So they're together. That's good.
Beautiful.
I can't believe it.
Hey.
I can't, it's so surreal right now. I can't believe that we're engaged. But we're engaged. It's finally happened and I'm so happy.
Beautiful ring.
We've been waiting and preparing and having so many conversations and it's finally here.
Emerald
This is what
cut.
happiness, true happiness feels like. I love you so much. I'm so eager and excited to spend the rest of forever with you.
I hear music moving me, sun it's playing on repeat, breaking light I finally see.
They're cute.
This is beautiful, baby.
Thank you.
Now what?
We begin forever.
Oh.
You look so good on you.
I'm gonna be a lefty now. This was truly the one last thing, missing piece for me, and to know that I have such a strong man next to me in this, I feel really blessed. I feel just so fortunate.
And I'm the one crying. You're supposed to be crying. Oh my God.
It's true. And maybe that was all she needed, right? Which is what a lot of women who want to be married need. They just need that feeling like it's me. And she, for sure, who, I mean, I'm not to diagnose her, she might have some abandonment issues. And I'm sure they've mentioned that earlier. But, you know, that feeling that someone's just not going to leave, even though marriage doesn't guarantee someone's going to stay. I know y'all don't want to talk about it. But she might just need that commitment, right? That's the ultimate commitment. That's what they say. Very cute.
It's such a beautiful moment to look at the other person and realize that they're not going anywhere.
See?
And I hope you feel the same way.
The idea that
And I
they're
love you
not
so
going
much.
anywhere.
Too.
This is really good. So I'm gonna like take it.
I'm not gonna unpack my thoughts on the idea of marriage, by the way, but I'm sure y'all get the drift. Nothing's concrete. Nothing's concrete. So, need y'all to wake up. Oh no, it's not an emerald. Opal? Not oval. Sorry, my goodness. Y'all know shapes. Not you leaving your little words on the ground. He done left his words on the ground. Pick them up. If I was her, I would have picked them up. Frame it. Beautiful. It's a beautiful moment. I hope someone picked it up and handed it back to them.
Symphony, symphony.
Lord have
I'm
mercy.
definitely sure of my decision with JR and just how we're closing that chapter here. We got everything out of this experience that we needed to get.
I don't know what my life is without Sandy, and Sandy doesn't know a life without me. She's somebody that even through our trials and tribulations has always made me feel.
That's weird. That's weird. What do you mean? You don't know your life without her and she doesn't know her life without you? Ew. I'm a strong believer, like, you need to have an identity and know who you are before coming together with someone. This idea that you had no life or your life meant nothing before this person came in is weird to me. That also includes children. Hope I didn't trigger y'all, but that's weird. You need to have a life before, during, and after. If there's an after. Just saying.
Feel like I'm a special human being. I love her tremendously. Since I've met Sandy, I thought that she was the person I was going to spend the rest of my life with. But obviously, I'm scared. I definitely have the anvil on my chest feeling right now that I could lose Sandy.
This is a big moment that we have all been anticipating since the second we got here, and now it's here. I'm definitely nervous, but I'm trying just not to think about it too much because then I get in my head and I start to freak myself out. So I'm gonna just be very calm and just have a genuine heart-to-heart conversation with him and see where that leads us.
Genuine heart-to-heart conversation? Oh. Is she gonna say no? If she does, hopefully Nick doesn't crash out. Because we saw what that looked like. Not y'all got her walking up all these stairs with those heels on.
Hi, honey.
I'd be like, you better meet me down here.
Oh.
You look amazing.
Help me.
I got it. You just had a friend.
A friend.
Wanted to hitch a ride. I don't blame him.
Oh.
It's a nice ride to take.
Yeah.
How you doing?
The last couple days have just been a lot of emotions, and I feel way more like peaceful today. It's been a lot.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling?
You know, I feel like I have a lot of answers and also a lot of questions.
Oh, okay.
So when we came into this, obviously I gave you the ultimatum. How did you feel about me giving you the ultimatum?
I kind of needed a little push. You do want a wife, a family, but I mean, there was some surprise because I didn't know if you really, truly even wanted to be with me. There was an initial confusion with kind of the contrast of before we got here and then once we got here, which, I mean, took a while for me to process because I felt like I hadn't felt it in a while, you know?
Do you think you have a fear of commitment?
Marriage is scary, yeah. How do you know, like, how you're gonna feel in 10 years from now? But it's a really beautiful thing, and I think I'm really learning to, like, let go a little bit and trust. I know that this has been a really hard experience for the both of us, especially you. I've learned so much about myself, so much about you. I think we've experienced a lot of really beautiful moments of coming together. And I think that's just like a testament to our relationship and our bond that we can always like talk it out and come back together and show up for each other with so much love. I really love you with all my heart.
As do I.
Like, every fiber in me. I love all of you.
I wanted nothing more than to come here and walk away your fiance and plan a marriage with you and spend our lives together. And I feel like I've never been more in love with you and more committed to the change and the growth that would make me a better partner and the change and the growth that I know I can implement into our relationship. I'm just so deeply in love with you, and I can't imagine ever looking at another face. I can't, I can't fathom that.
Y'all, what's she gonna do?
Why did you smile when I said that?
Because it's sweet.
Oh.
Exactly. What do you think she's gonna do?
Like, I have a ring in my pocket. What?
Stop!
I don't know.
Stop. I'm about to fall out of this chair. Nick is saying these things to her. There's a moment, obviously you heard him say, like, why are you smiling? And he's like, oh, because it's sweet. Aww. And then he goes to reach for the ring, and she's like, what are you doing? What are you doing, Nick? Don't reach for that ring. Don't make me embarrass you on national television. Don't make me do that to you. Put your hand down. That's what that was. That was, don't do that. Because I really don't want to have to go through this and have to deny you. Let's just relax. Oh my God, I can't. She said, what are you doing? Get me out of here. I'm so embarrassed for Nick. I've been embarrassed for Nick this entire season. No, this is not the top. This is not the top. The top is when he was banging on that door, showed up, and Sandy was laughing at him in the background. Ooh, that was the most embarrassing thing for him. I was just like, oh my God, she is playing in your face, Nick. Woo. Embarrassing.
For you have a choice, you're half this relationship.
I do think that there's still some things that we have to work through. And
she's not wrong.
And are those things to you enough to risk losing me?
I don't know, babe. It's hard. It's really, really hard. I just want to make sure.
Let me be so clear. And this idea that, you know, because they make it clear in like the rules of the show, right? Which is why they're enforcing this whole thing, which is like either we leave engaged or we leave single. I get it. If Sandy chooses not to be with him, to be engaged to him, you think Nick is just gonna let that situation just die? Be for real. You really think that Nick is gonna allow Sandy to just walk away? And I say allow because I'm sure he's gonna harass her. Like, he's not done. He just finished saying that there's no life without her. So if she chooses not to engage, you think that he's gonna be like, yeah, we're single? Stop playing with me. She was later with a whole nother man in this thing, and he was like, that's my girl. Okay, Nick.
That I'm, 100 million percent. And
Well, if you don't know by now, like, I don't know how somebody could love me this much and say they can't imagine a life with me. They are growing closer to me, this and this and this, but I'm not 100%. I deserve to have somebody that's 100%.
Period.
Don't you want to be 100% about somebody?
I love you.
That doesn't sound that way.
Baby, yes it is.
I don't think so. I'm sorry. It's like, I feel like every time an opportunity comes up for you to say the things that I need to hear in a relationship, I feel further away.
I love you so much.
I do too. Unfortunately, it doesn't sound like it's enough. Came here to get answers. I feel like I got the answer I need. It's not the answer I wanted, but it breaks my heart tremendously.
Not the answer I wanted either. I came here and I put, baby, please don't. I really gave this my all, and I really.
What? What am I doing?
I really put everything into this, and I'm. It's really hard. I don't want to see you sad.
Sandy, what are you talking about?
I want.
I don't want to
more
see
than
you
to walk out
sad.
of here engaged with you, and to like ride into the sunset.
Let's stop for a second. I don't know how genuine Sandy is with these emotions. I feel like there are times that she's cried that has been odd. Like, the timing has been odd. I don't know if she's an emotional manipulator. I don't know. But this idea that she's like, I just don't want you to be sad, He's like, why are you getting upset? I'm the one losing here. This is my translation of what's happening here. But Nick is more like, why are you getting all pouty and weird when you're essentially telling me you don't want to be with me? You don't want me to propose to you. And she's like, I just don't want you to be sad. Girl, if you don't wrap this up, Sandy, I'm sick of you already. I've been sick of you. Stop trying to it's this idea of her kind of constantly catering to his feelings, which is what has dragged this on for so long. Girl, let him go. I don't know if he has made her feel, you know how you have some men who are like, I'll unalive myself if you leave me. I wouldn't put past Nick to talk like that. I'm just saying. I'm trying to figure out why Sandy is taking so much of the burden of his feelings onto herself. It's weird.
That's not true. I don't feel your words and your choice match up anymore.
Mm.
I'm not
Everything I've
surprised.
said to you is my truth,
Well,
including
yeah.
all the good things.
Right.
I will stand by that. I love you with.
This is what happened when you don't keep it real with people. This is what happens. He's like, yo, you've been saying this, you've been doing this. It's not 1 and 1 is not equaling 2. And if she kept it a buck, if she kept it real with this man and say, hey, this is toxic. You spazzing every 5 seconds? Weird. Can't do it. Listen. If she just walked away when she probably should have, however long ago, we wouldn't be here. The problem is that she's too busy being like, I love you, I love you, I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. But also, I can't do this. And you don't have to cushion the way you feel with the I love yous. And that you know how much I love you, you know how much I care about you. You're so amazing. You can't do that. It blurs the lines. And so that's what Nick is seeing here.
Everything in me. I really do, babe.
I just don't know how that's true.
Baby, I love you. The love and connection between us, there's no question on that.
I've put my heart and soul into you over and over and over again, and I continue to feel like an idiot, to be honest with you.
I love you so much. I have nothing but love for you. But there's so much else that goes into a marriage and a life partner. And I do have some concerns and hesitations and fears with you, babe.
Well, I hope you find somebody that puts those to rest, honestly. And I hope I do too. Somebody deserves this. At this point, I don't think it's you.
I'm sorry, babe. I'm really sorry. I love you. And I don't want to hurt you in any way, and I know that I have.
Just so we're clear, they shouldn't be together.
I don't think there's anything left to talk about. This is too much.
Okay.
There's no more. What are you babying?
Exactly. Why do you keep saying, babe, babe? I don't want to hurt you, babe. I'm sorry, babe. You know I love you, babe. Girl. Granted, we got a glimpse of this Nick. The way he acted that night when she said, hey, yeah, we did kiss again. When he confronted her about it and she admitted, like, we kissed twice. Ooh, that playback showed we kissed a lot. But he has this switch. The moment he doesn't get his way, he's like cold. When he was like, why are you touching me? Don't touch me. I'm like, ooh. Ugh. So I'm not surprised by his reaction right now, where he's very much like, oh, this is what you want? Okay, why you keep calling me babe? Why? All right, bye. This is too much. I gotta go. Like, oh, Nick.
Story told.
I was hoping to leave here engaged to Sandy, and I'm leaving here alone.
Something's not right with Nick.
When I went to go reach my pocket,
He
my
needs.
heart dropped into my stomach because I
Hold
could
on.
tell that she was fearful. I just don't want to be with somebody that's so afraid to be with me. It's fucking real. It sucks. Okay.
Like I said, that moment had me cackling. And he saw it. And I'm so glad he did. Because the moment he went to reach for that ring, ooh, baby, he was like, she was like, oh, what are you doing? He saw it. And yes, he is 1,000% correct. You should not be with someone that is scared to marry you. That's it. But something's wrong with Nick. The fact that he's almost 40, he can't seem to regulate his emotions. Very odd. Very odd. And rather than work on that, I think all he thinks he needs to do is say, yeah, I know I'm not perfect. I have stuff to work on. I know I do this. And I think he feels like if he just acknowledges it, that's enough. And it's not. You can't just acknowledge something and not do anything to improve it. If you know it's bad, if you know it's harming your relationship, fix it. Instead, he goes into this tormented artist mode and just does something impulsive, create whatever that is. I think he allows that to drive him artistically, which is why he doesn't want to fix it or improve it, because that is what that little feeling is where all that passion lies. Whew. He's exhausting. I'm exhausted.
You love and trust somebody from your heart. You never think that it'll fall apart. But the more you trust someone, break down your walls for them. You should have seen it coming.
This sucks.
I feel bad. I feel so bad.
Sometimes the hearts of gold.
Girl, please.
This is like horrible.
It is. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
This has been the hardest decision I've ever had to make, 100%.
Forgive me. I'm gonna skip through this. Let's get to Arya and Scotty. I don't have time to sit there and watch her like.
I issued the
I'm
ultimatum.
just so sad.
I have no idea what Arya will say to me today. I went to bed feeling confident, but I did wake up with a lot of hesitation and anxiety. And it's because I know the stakes are extreme.
I'm not gonna fall or hesitate, 'cause nothing can break me. I'll find.
I'm gonna stop here for a second to say that I said I wanted Scotty to end up alone in the beginning of this season after the way I witnessed him speaking about Arya, and I stand on that hard. Definitely. I believe that Scotty is, you know what, let me not say it. He's like low-key abusive in my eyes. I'm sorry. He is. The way he speaks to her, the way he has gaslighted her into believing that she's the issue, projecting all of these things because he's insecure. Oof. No. He's not good. He's not a good person. Not to me. So I'm hoping Arya does what she needs to do. Leave him. Expeditiously. She needs to leave Scotty. I'm done.
I think before this process, I just didn't feel like Scotty could see from my point of view ever. It's kind of like these constant fights that are always happening. And I'm feeling very anxious, and I have a decision to make, and I just have to stay true to myself.
This experience has been eye-opening. Zaina helped me discover that I just have so much more room to grow and being a better active listener. Something I learned from you is let's find the resolution and move forward together.
On the screen, you and me can't forget the way that this serves.
To truly trust somebody with my heart, that is something I've had a hard time with. Growing up, I was always yelled at. Something I appreciated about Caleb was he remains calm, even if it's a hard conversation.
For sure.
In his presence, I felt safe.
He does
And so I
have
just
that
feel like
calmness.
the connection did become deeper emotionally. The way that you rub my hand, it calms me down.
It also kind of soothes me. It was like I was actually getting to see the real you.
Yeah.
And I think it's beautiful.
The qualities that I liked about Caleb is the qualities that I wanted Scotty to focus on, because those things for me, I truly do want in a husband. I've seen the growth. I truly think that you had to be in something else to really be better for me. To see you really just be so open in this experience, like it feels like falling in love again.
I hope Arya sees how much I love her, and I have changed through this
Love
process.
isn't enough.
I just want Arya to have.
I need that to be
faith
so clear.
in our
Love
relationship.
is not
This
enough.
is the most self-aware I've ever seen Scotty, but I don't know where Scotty's head is at. And I just know the weight of this decision, it truly is going to make or break our relationship.
Today is the day that will change the rest of our lives.
Oh, they're both wearing red. Wonder if that was planned. Arya is so gorgeous. Ugh. Scotty, you don't deserve her. I'm sorry. You do not deserve her.
Hey.
Sheesh. Look at her. Gorge. Top to bottom. It's giving glass slipper. Woo, girl. She came ready. Hopefully to walk away. I swear to you, if she says yes, because I feel like Scotty's gonna propose. Because Scotty doesn't want to be alone. And we got that in the beginning when he was talking about Zaina, or talking to Zaina, how he's scared to leave this experiment alone. So he's leaving with something. In the words of Denzel, he's leaving here with something. Or at least he's going to attempt to do so. I just hope Arya understands that peace is what she needs, what she wants. She experienced peace with Caleb, and she should not settle for chaos. And Scotty is chaotic. So, run, girl. Sorry, she need to run.
You look good.
You look good too. How are you feeling?
Feeling a lot.
Yeah.
Is he crying?
How you feeling?
We just got here.
Nervous.
Girl.
And anxious.
I realize that I issued you an ultimatum for maybe the wrong reasons, maybe initially out of fear. I'm sorry if I didn't give you the reassurance in our relationship that I know you needed. I'm sorry if I didn't love you the way you wanted to be loved.
Even Arya's crying. Oh. Look at her. Damn, this is a shitty pause, but look at her. Like, she in this moment is like, I've been asking this from you for how long? And you choose right now when I'm having to make a decision to then apologize? Is it manipulation? What do you guys think? You think he's manipulating this moment right now by giving her the apologies that she has probably asked for God knows how long ago? Do you feel like he truly believes or truly feels like he's wronged her? I don't know, y'all. I don't trust Scotty. So it doesn't matter what gesture, it doesn't matter what he says. I have to be honest about my biases here. I don't like him. I hope to not see him on my screen after all this is said and done. So, yeah. Hate that Arya is crying.
But I hope that I made you feel seen in our trial marriage, because I really, really tried. I really tried to give you the love that I know I haven't given you in our relationship.
I don't want you to feel like you're always compromising. I'm not. I want to compromise with you, and I want you to see that I've compromised to be here. I'm here because I love you, because I did not want to be here.
Oh, Arya.
I know that.
She deserves so much more.
I just appreciate you for making it to the
sorry.
end. I know it wasn't easy.
I feel like I should have given you more trust. And I'm sorry for that.
All of the difficulty and doubt that surrounded our relationship, it would have been so easy for one of us to walk away. We're still right here with each other.
Ew.
And I feel like that's our
Ew,
greatest
ew,
triumph
ew, ew,
together
ew,
as a couple.
I hope you know that I stayed here for you.
I hate when people talk like that.
Even with my doubts, I truly.
And typically, unfortunately, it's men who speak like this. Like, you just rocked out with me. You did all this for me. I'm just so happy that you stuck it through. And despite everything I put you through, you stayed right here. I'm sorry. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Girl, wake it up. You deserve more. You do not deserve to be with someone that's going to put you through it and then turn around and be like, I'm sorry. I know I put you through hell, but I'm so glad you're still here. No.
Truly,
Yuck.
I've always loved you. I hope that, like, even through the hurt that I've caused you, that you can see that I've grown and that I am able to see where I'm flawed.
I don't doubt you anymore.
Oh my God. I feel like I've just been waiting for you to say those things because I feel like I don't feel that.
Do you feel it now? I love you so much.
I love you so much.
I'm just
What are you thinking about right now?
in shock. Because I'm afraid she's going to
How
walk
are you feeling?
away with this man.
Just overwhelmed. Overwhelmed.
She's crying again.
This experience has allowed us to enter into a new season in our relationship. In that season, I want to be your protector, your peace. I want to be the man that you run to and not away from.
Arya, I need you to run away from him.
And above all else, I just want you to know that I choose you.
Run!
Right now, today, and for all of my tomorrows. Because you are not
Arya, it
just
should
a
not have
woman
taken
that I want to be with.
this
You are the woman that I can't be without.
for him to think you're enough. For him to trust you.
I truly mean that, Arya. I truly do. And so, Arya Nicole de Westbrooks, will you marry me?
Okay. I want to cement this moment. Hold on. He is smiling. He is so happy. And ready to marry her. What will Arya do? Will Arya give us what we deserve? The audience? Will Arya do what she was destined to do? Which is to leave this man and make the rest of us happy? I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like this is about me. I feel like this is about me. Arya, dump him for me. Oh my God. Here we go, y'all. The moment of truth.
I love you so much.
He's smiling so hard.
Yes, 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 yes.
Damn! Arya, why? Arya! Why? I don't want to be mad at you. But I'm mad at you. I didn't want to be mad at you, but I'm mad at you, girl. Why? Tell me. I need to know. This man done beat her down so much, making her feel like she's it. Or he's it, rather. Oh my God. There are so many. Caleb didn't show you that there's better out there? I feel like Caleb gave you that. Is he paying your bills? I just need to know. Why are you saying yes? Y'all are long distance. Like, what's up? There's nobody better? There's somebody better. Arya, let me hurry up and get to the end so I can get to the reunion. Because I need to know whether or not they're still together right now. I can't do this.
And I choose you.
I cannot. Arya, you are stressing me out. Let me fast forward through this.
I love you too.
Let me fast forward through this.
I love you. Me too.
Can I put that on?
Yeah. I didn't bring you here for no reason.
Let's see the ring. Let's see the ring. You put it on her so like clumsy. He was clumsy the way he put that ring on. Oh, Scotty.
Cheers.
To a lifetime of us.
Us.
I don't know what you were gonna say.
I'm skipping through this. Arya, you look gorge. Top to bottom. Are we not done yet? What is this?
I will never give up on love.
Oh,
I'm still
they're
the
picking up.
hopeless romantic Pisces.
She definitely gives me Pisces vibes. Zaina, you definitely give me Pisces. Dreamer. Head in the clouds, just hoping for the best. Yeah.
I do have some healing to do. I'm always on a journey to find myself, and I feel like
What's that, JR?
I'm closer.
You have healing that you need to do?
Who I am.
Good to hear.
By having gone throughout this experience.
Getting my shit rocked and like completely shaking up my life and my relationship. But I've been kind of waiting my whole life to like have that feeling of when you know, you know. And I really think that I owe it to myself to like find that.
Agreed. Girl.
Had enough of this chase to convince somebody to love me or just to be with me. I'm not gonna do that anymore. And I know that through this process that there's somebody out there who will surely give me the things that I'm craving and that commitment and that validation in the places that feel weak. I just gotta do me now and take this experience and grow from it and, you know, try to move forward.
Agreed.
Oh, but what?
All right, let's get through this.
This was truly what I needed.
I'm so
Caleb, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
I'm too, man.
All right. That was the last episode. Let's get into this reunion. Let's talk about what my hopes are before we begin this. I hope that if Caleb and Mariah are still together, that they've learned to be together. Healing has happened for Mariah, and she has really met Caleb where he's at, because it feels like Caleb has met her where she's at, right? So they need to meet in the middle. I hope Scotty and Arya are no longer together. The other couples, I hope that, like, the way things ended, I hope they remain the same with all of them. Single. And I hope they don't bring back those couples that decide to peace out early in the experiment. I don't care. I don't want to hear from them anymore. Done. Okay? And change them contracts. Okay? Because the phones and all that stuff, people should not have access to their devices through this experiment. I don't know why. I don't even know why that's there. I don't know why. On to the next. Reunion, let's go. All right.
I hope everyone's ready for Honest Day.
Honest Zay. Hope we're ready for Honest Zay. She's always been always.
In the same room, not gonna be fun. I'm here today to tell my truth.
I don't have any more questions for Sam.
If there's one thing, let me go back real quick.
Me, Nick, Jay are in the same room, not gonna be fun. I'm here today.
If there's one thing that Sandy's gonna do, Sandy's gonna make sure you see all of her parts. Okay? She said, I got body and I'm gonna show it. She wants you. Skin is the name of the game. You know what I'm saying? Looks good on her. Ain't really my stilo, but I get it. And I love the commitment to the aesthetic. That is nakedness. All right.
To tell my truth.
I don't have any more questions for Sandy. I saw two people falling for each other. My concerns were real.
Oh, Caleb!
And I'm ready for
Caleb be looking good. I'm just saying. Caleb is good.
the truth to be told.
Ooh.
I want to see how he addresses it. And if he's not honest, I'm gonna
Body. Wait a minute. Hold up. Tuh. She just knows. I mean, obviously, we're going to get a little more of a close up, but like, you see this really pretty necklace with these heels. Girl. Yeah. She's doing that. And has she enhanced these? Or they're just like pushed up? I don't know. It's looking good. I mean, Ari always looks good. But, girl, yes.
Come out with receipts.
I'm definitely feeling a lot of emotions. There are a lot of unanswered questions.
Scotty, we don't care.
This season, 6 ultimatums were given. 2 were left unanswered, 2 led to heartbreak, and 2 ended with engagements.
They all came looking to get their answers, and now it's time for you at home to get yours.
Let's get this reunion started and welcome the cast of Season 3 of The Ultimatum, Marry or Move On.
All right. Well, hello, everyone. Hi. Hello, hello.
Hi.
Good to see you all. And by the looks on your faces, we have a lot of catching up to do.
And hopefully, no one runs away before it's over this time.
Speaking of which, both couples who left early were invited to join us today. One couple declined our offer, but the other one, well, they're back.
They're back, all right. They'll be out in just a little bit, and we'll finally get an answer.
Which couple
as
you
to
think
why
that
they
is?
Really chose to leave.
You know what couple I think it is? Dave and Vanessa. I think, I don't know, something about Micah. He just wasn't with any of this process. So I don't think that he wants to come back. He's like, I'm done. He was done from the moment that it started. I think Dave and Vanessa will come back. I don't know why.
Let's get into this. Let's go ahead and get started with
Let's.
Mariah and Caleb.
It has been a year, and I'm assuming, seeing the ring, you guys are still engaged.
Yes.
Still happily engaged.
Yes. Mariah and Caleb are still
Adventures have you
together.
guys been up to this past year?
We did a road trip up the West Coast, multiple stops, Tahoe, San Francisco.
We saw all of our family.
Washington. I know, we just want to spread the good news after
Yeah.
surviving
And
this.
be in person.
Yeah, I think we
Surviving
actually have
this.
some footage or some pictures of that road trip. Let's take a look.
Oh my God. I do not care. Ooh. They're so good looking. They look good together.
Merry Christmas.
They're so cute.
I'm on cloud 9 these days. I just feel happy. I feel grateful. This is a whole new era, a whole new chapter of life.
Mariah, what's been the most fun or surprising thing that you've learned about Caleb since getting engaged?
Well, I would say something I learned in this past year is that he actually likes to color coordinate outfits with me. And I didn't realize that for the longest time. And then I noticed, like, every now and then he'd peek around the corner and, like, what are you doing?
Because you can't show up to, like, as if you're going to different parties, you know? It has to make sense.
Yeah.
I agree.
So Caleb, when is the wedding? When's the big day?
So I've connected with chefs, photographers, videographers. We've actually selected an event planner.
And we're hoping for it to be a destination wedding, summer of 2026.
Wow.
Because leaving the show, it was
Summer 2026.
a moment
Okay.
to kind of restart.
Cold. Like I
Building
put some
from a
socks
healthy
on.
place is difficult, and
Yeah.
that takes a lot of time. And I want to make sure we're in the right place when we finally do reach that day.
Did you get that perspective
Lost some
just
focus.
from living it, or was it more so when you were able to watch it back? Does that make sense? Like what what gave you that perspective?
As soon as I left, we had a lot of conversations, like a lot. I mean, I don't think I was as good of a listener prior to the show, but leaving, I definitely had to take accountability for my actions and really take note of who I had become in this. Because I'm thinking I'm showing up as my best, but slowly my best is getting lower and lower. And it's not to the same degree that I would want to hold myself to.
Caleb, you were Aria's trial marriage partner.
Yeah.
And you guys got close in that time. Have you reached out to each other for support or for any communication throughout this?
No.
Yeah, but were you not looking at my stories, liking my stories?
And I also watch Zaina's stories.
For a whole like week and a half?
And I looked at
and
Zaina's.
liking? You're out here lurking on my page, liking my stuff, and then you blocked me. And
You're
then
not blocked.
yes.
First off, I want y'all to see the details. I need y'all to see the details. This is the necklace I was telling you that man she like, ooh, the hair laid. Okay? She looks good. She came here with the intention to check somebody. Okay? She said, you've been looking, you've been lurking. I'm about to check you about it. Woo! Oh my goodness. Now granted, I don't want there to be contention, this disconnect between them. But she said, you want to block me? Okay. I bet you won't get the last word though. I'm gonna check you about it though. Ooh, girl.
And then I was unblocked. I don't believe you at all.
Okay.
I think you're capping right now. Like you're giving off mixed signals if you're engaged and happy. The way you guys act sometimes to me is fake. Throughout the process, I feel like you guys were not genuine and gave Mariah, wait, let me finish.
Oh!
I don't know if you also
Let me sit
told
up.
Mariah the truth about stuff. I don't know. But Mariah, even in our experience, you're out here calling him every night. Every night. You guys are talking on the phone for 2 hours in the bathroom. To me, looks like you don't trust him. I don't know if maybe that has changed, but I don't feel like it was genuine in the actual experience.
Can I just pause you? There's just so much that was just said. The whole blocking, not blocking, watching her stories. That is news to me, first and foremost, and
I have screenshots. I saved that.
Of course she
To be
did.
honest, because watching this is incorrect.
My girl said I got receipts. And I knew she did. Let me tell you something. When you come this hard at someone, I know the receipts were locked and loaded. There's just no way. Because Mariah, seems like the type of chick, which most women would be, where it's like, I don't believe you, whatever. She said, I got the receipts. Play with me if you want to. Mariah, I like this energy. Not Mariah, sorry. Aria, keep this energy. Okay? This is what the reunion is meant for. A lot of time with, Love is Blind and Ultimatum, they be trying to just keep it cute. I'm a Bravo girly. Those that know. The reunion is meant to, yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's meant to cook somebody. Okay. It's like they wait for the day after they've seen everything to check you about it. That's what a reunion is meant for. And the problem is that the Lachey's always want to keep it real, like, keep the peace, not too much drama. Aria, gather them, please.
Incredibly emotional, and you did not
I love it.
admit to having an emotional connection to Aria, so I completely felt blindsided. Aria's saying one thing, you're saying you had a grand time, it was great. It did not make sense, and I knew it. And to see Scotty's reaction as well, I almost wish I was more angry at that time versus being so reserved and taking everything for face value.
One thing Aria can never say is that I wasn't 1000% honest with her. I said, hey, I like this girl. Hey, I think we're developing an emotional connection. I made it a point to be like, hey, I don't want to have to explain it to you later. You were upset about the hand-holding. You were upset about the emotional connection. And so you were able to be 100 about whether anything that I did would affect you saying yes or no. I think what Mariah was wanting was validation of what she was feeling. Because it kind of hurt me to watch, because I know that some of the things that maybe you were dismissing for her, Aria told me the truth about. We all have to take accountability in this experience.
First and foremost, I knew what I was getting into. I'm adult, I'm mature, I can handle any conversation, even if
The
it's
Lachey's are
hard truth.
confused.
We're in a trial marriage, you dismiss me. And then a year, this past year, I'm wanting to communicate, and still you didn't admit to anything. It's a friendship, it was platonic, Mariah, trust me, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm watching it, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, Caleb? Like, are you fucking kidding me? What is going on? I don't know what's going on. It's upsetting, and it really hurt me. I cannot express enough how much it hurt me. I was not okay. I was really not okay.
My mistake on this was thinking that if I didn't allow a romantic connection to develop, then I wasn't crossing any boundaries. But to speak to it, I mean,
I could tell, like.
So, okay, Caleb, I like the accountability. Me likey. I think the expectation was, because remember when Aria was gonna link up with Mariah at the kind of girls' night, and she was like, hey, what should I say? If she asked me about this, how should I act? And what should I say back? Should I tell them that we're having, more of an emotional connection? And Caleb was like, nah, that shouldn't really come from you. That should come from me, which is true. The problem is, it never came from Caleb. Ever. He was too busy trying to suppress. Aria clearly can see that there's something there, and she didn't want to lie to Mariah. But I think as a viewer, I was like, oh, he's definitely going to wait till when they're together, and that's going to be one of the first conversations that they have in person. I thought that he just wanted to have this conversation in person and not have it come from, what's her face? Aria. That's what I thought. I mean, and that would be right. But for him to allow a whole year to pass and all this stuff and nothing? Caleb.
Even on our dates during dating week, when, you're out here being flirtatious and whatever, he was different. He was putting Mariah first.
Well, let me just say this. I don't think there's any question of how much this man loves you. And that's just my personal opinion, so. Now, let's move on to our other engaged couple,
Nick,
Aria and Scotty.
Lachey, always
Last
trying to
time
keep
we
the
saw
peace.
You guys, Aria, Scotty was down on one knee proposing, and to the surprise of many, at that moment, you said yes.
I did.
Where do things stand with you guys today?
It was a very emotional moment, because I feel like with Scotty and I really didn't get reassurance in the relationship before coming into the experience. So to get that everything I've ever wanted, that I wanted him to say, and that in those 3 years of us being together,
I say?
I did.
What
act
did I
in
say?
emotion. I did.
He waited. He
But we're not
waited
engaged
to this.
anymore.
Oh,
And,
they're not engaged.
I realized I made a mistake, pretty fast after. I just.
She said, I woke up the next day. I realized I made a mistake. She said, pretty fast after. Ooh, she realized she made a mistake. I can only imagine that happening a day or two after. And just like I said, he chose to give her everything she wanted, everything she's been asking for. The accountability, the apologies, the I love yous, the I enough, that you're enough, rather. Right before she needs to make a decision about marrying you or not. That's manipulative. Personally, that's how I feel. But we got the victory we wanted. They're not together. Huzzah.
Was like, hey, everything is just too fast. Like, I get that we did this and I'm sorry. Can we start over? Can we do a foundational thing? Can we live together? And he was very understanding. And I
Are y'all still dating?
that so much.
I might have to
we
retract my
did end up
statement.
moving in together. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out. And I just feel like our biggest issue continued to go on, and it's just the way that we have conflict.
To back up really quickly, Aria, you said yes because you had heard all of the things that you wanted to hear from Scotty in the last few years of you dating, but that you realized very quickly that you made a mistake. When did you break off the engagement?
A day later.
A day later?
What'd I say? What did I say? She woke up. Eyes were bright. Can see everything. Clear as day. That's it. Okay.
After the proposal?
It's her face for me.
It just was happening too fast. We started to being like, oh, tell your family, call your family, and I didn't want to.
So to be clear, you called off the engagement the day after the proposal, but then you all continued to still see each other.
To see each other and
Yeah.
work through our things. Maybe you can talk a little bit if you want to. But
I do think it was important that because they were long distance to say, hey, let's see if living together can change that. See, because maybe the distance was causing all the issues, but for them to live together and the issues still continue, yeah. So I kind of commend her, both of them, I guess, that they took a chance at least trying to kind of cohabitating and seeing if that is where the root of the problem is.
But I don't feel like it was bad in the beginning. We were actually moving towards something that I wanted and I thought he wanted. But we started to go back into our old ways and he agreed and he was like, yeah, we're gonna do couples therapy. I do not want to feel like I'm nagging you all the time. And I felt like I was nagging him for a whole year. And I don't know if you thought I was bluffing, but I gave him an ultimatum. I said, if we don't do therapy, I'm done. I'm done. And he thought, I don't know if he thought I was joking, but I wasn't joking. And so, yeah, I'm not trying to hurt you anymore, but you don't love me the way I want to be loved.
That's real.
Scotty, how is this from your perspective?
I feel like when I got down on one knee and proposed to Aria, I made a mistake, but the mistake wasn't proposing to her. I think it was telling her all of that in that moment and knowing that there's a slight chance like that she could make an emotional decision. I just wanted to show her after how excruciating the experience was that I'm always gonna love her and I'm always gonna be there for her. We did end up going to therapy. I think the problem was it just wasn't on her time. And I feel like because
a year later, you want to do it literally, we had a whole year. So I just feel like you're giving off a lot of excuses and you're not taking accountability, which is the thing that I feel like is the hardest thing for you to take. And just say, I'm sorry for taking so long.
Yeah.
But
She's
I
not
always
wrong.
have to ask you. I always have to ask you to say sorry to me. I have to ask and ask, and I'm tired of it.
Okay, well, I'm sorry for not doing that sooner. I feel like there's so much context missing. Like there was so many things that happened in our relationship from the time that—
Are you gonna tell them, or are you just gonna say there's so many things?
I don't think it's my place to tell.
Did you want to tell us, Aria?
So a lot of hard things happened. Like my grandma passed away, and she's like my best friend. So that was really hard, and I ended up having a miscarriage. So it's just a lot of emotionally, like, I'm not just giving up on the relationship because I don't care. It's because I'm tired. I'm emotionally exhausted.
Yeah.
Can I say
That's
something,
difficult. That's
Aria?
difficult.
Thank you for opening up on something extremely vulnerable between your grandmother and your miscarriage.
Yeah. That's difficult. Yeah, there's not much to say there. Like, a miscarriage can do that. A death for sure. Can have an impact on your relationship. But I think the miscarriage, which is a product of your union, that failing in some way is difficult to get over that hurdle. And when your relationship is already rocky,
And I know that that probably wasn't extremely easy for you.
No, and I don't want him to think that I just gave up. Like, the way I feel like you, like, depict me is like, I just gave up on you. I didn't just give up. I got tired.
I just feel like I tried so hard. Like everything that Aria wanted me to do, I did. I moved back to San Francisco even though I didn't want to. I got us an apartment.
You did try. You did. And I'm not saying that, and I'm not discrediting you on that.
You both have a lot of love for each other. And that is, you could see that, you could feel that sitting here. I'm noticing that you are aware of Aria's needs, but there seems to be a disconnect between knowing what she needs and giving her what she needs.
I think you're right. I just feel like it's sort of demoralizing to go and try to give someone everything they want and still what you're giving isn't good enough.
Scotty's insecure. I mean, there's nothing else to say. He's going to continue to feel inadequate, especially with Aria, because that's the place he's in. And I don't think he can get out of that. I don't know what happened that made him feel that way, or if he's always been that way, but he's going to continue to be going up this hill for himself and sliding back down and going up and sliding back down. I don't think there's ever going to be a moment where he's going to be happy with whatever situation they're in, or they were in. I mean, I moved, I did this. He doesn't realize he has a shitty personality. He sucks as a person. And even in this, while she's crying, it was, you're making it seem like I didn't try. And he still found a way to try to make her feel bad about the efforts in which that she has made.
Zayd, I'm curious to get your reaction. Obviously, you and Scotty got to know each other pretty well during your trial marriage together. What were your thoughts and observations as you watched Aria say yes to his proposal?
It was a bit of a surprise, I'm not gonna lie. You know that Scotty has a hard time with rejection, and you owned up to that. And I feel like in that moment, you just didn't want to reject him. It's just so hard when there's so many emotions involved.
Yeah, you know, I think what's hard is just like watching that proposal back. Like there was like a split second where I think she paused and was thinking like, am I ready to say yes? Am I ready to do this? If you've really experienced true love before, you will probably also experience real heartbreak. And she definitely broke my heart, like for sure, like shattered. And
we do not care.
I just know
I'm sorry, Scotty.
Never want to experience.
We don't care. And I know you're wasting. Listen, I know he wants to sit up here and guilt trip the hell out of Scotty, or of Aria rather. Scotty, let me speak for Aria and the world. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care if you felt heartbreak. Something is wrong with you. You need to do some work. I hope after you do the work, you find whatever brings you happiness and joy. But Aria, that doesn't fall on Aria's shoulders. Like the fact that you're making that something that Arya must carry, your happiness, your security, your value. I don't know. It's like if she doesn't value you, you don't value yourself. This is weird. Scotty, we don't care. She really broke your heart. I'm sure you broke her heart a million times over with all the way you drag her and treat her. I'm done.
Desire to see the two of you get back together.
I really do pray that this is not the end of our story, but right now, both of us being
Is
single
that your
is probably
prayer?
the best thing.
Well, I want to thank all of you for sharing some very true, honest, raw feelings and being very upfront about your experience, because it's not easy, and we know that. We know
Oh
that.
boy, do we know it.
But guys, what do you say we lighten up the mood a little?
Oh my God, here we go.
You just needed to work out. Let's take a look at this.
This season, you built lasting connections.
I don't care.
While you were running from commitment.
That is all.
I'm going to be shuffling through this.
Places.
Oh, hold on. Ooh, went too far.
How are you? We put you guys on polar opposites of the couch.
Great.
So, JR, what's happened with you guys since the last time we saw you when you didn't get engaged?
Yes.
Yeah, so shortly after the ultimatum, we moved out, we went our separate ways. We got separate places. I told her I needed time to process things. And she wanted to go back to what we were doing and ignore the whole experience and get back together. And she was upset that we didn't spend Christmas together.
We did spend Christmas together. What are you talking about?
We did, I know, but you were mad that we didn't get gifts and go
I
through
got
the
you a
entire.
gift.
They didn't spend Christmas together? Where were you, JR? Were you with Sandy and her family? I hope we find that out. Because what you mean to spend Christmas together? I'm going to let JR finish his point of view. I look forward to hearing Zayn's point of view. Obviously, she's checking her about it. She's checking him about it right now. But what do you mean she wanted to just go back to normal? I don't know.
And you got me a gift 3 days later because you felt bad.
All right, yeah, because we were broken up, right? And you
okay.
didn't come to that realization, like, we're not together. I feel like if we really want to realize what we want out of our relationship, we do need to take this time apart. And I think you were upset about that. We even had a real conversation one time because you said that we shouldn't be talking to the opposite sex. And I said, if
Look at Zayna's face. Let me tell you. Zayna's trying to hold back from laughing in this man's face. I can't wait for her to correct this. Because he's under the impression that she just couldn't let go. I don't think that's how it went down, JR. I wasn't there. But based on this reaction, and based on what I have seen in regards to your personality, I don't know if it really went down like that. JR, I swear somebody crying over him. Oh, girl. Get us out of here.
if you fall in love or find somebody during this period, then so be it. And this just means that we weren't meant to be together.
Do y'all want the truth or
Well,
no?
it sounds like you have a slightly different perspective.
Yes,
So
100%. So
Wait. Zayna said, "Is he done? Can I finally tell y'all what really went down?" I told y'all. Zayna said, "I'm gonna let you have your moment, cause you talking real crazy." Yeah. Zayna, tell us the truth. Let's hear the truth.
yes, we did move out. We moved across the street from each other and we were still broken up, but we were still talking on the phone, 2 o'clock in the morning. We were still seeing each other. We celebrated his birthday. I know I did that whole like, ooh, happy early birthday in case we're not together. Like, you got a massage at the Ritz-Carlton in a steak dinner, okay, for your birthday. After
Okay,
that,
did
we
I
spent
ask for any of that?
Thanksgiving together. We literally went to Soho House for Thanksgiving together.
Zana, you were asking
So,
for all that, and I said we need time apart to really
listen,
process
can I
things.
finish? Thank
Yeah,
you.
go ahead, finish.
We were in this like gray area, and then I asked, I'm like, what are we doing? Are we single? Are we together? How would you describe it? And he was just like, you know what? I need time to process what happened on the show, and I don't think I could be in a relationship right now. So naturally, I was really confused, and he refused to give me any type of closure. I would ask, okay, during this break, are we dating other people? That's a valid question to ask. That is asking for clarity. That is not being controlling. That is
And what did I
asking
say, Zana?
for clarity.
What did I say?
And you kept trying to say, why are you controlling?
Because you said we should not be talking to other people. During this, I want to make this clear.
No.
We're not talking to other people. And I said, this is very manipulative, Zana.
No, it's not. Because
And
at the very
that's
beginning
what
of the year,
that was pushing me
I
further.
asked
I didn't say that was
question.
pushing me further away
I
because
asked
you're
the
trying to
question
manipulate the
at
situation.
the top of the year.
I wrote this on Threads, and I'm going to reiterate this now. I hate listening to JR speak. It's always like shaky. I just want him to stand in it, say with his whole ass chest, and be done. To me, it just feels like he's very unsure of himself, despite all the things that he does and how, I guess, I don't know, how outward he appears to be confident. Confident. When he goes to speak up, it doesn't say confident. It definitely feels like he's unsure. I don't know if it's because most of the time he's not telling the truth. I don't know. It's a little shifty to me.
And you said no. Then when you followed up with, I think we should take this break
That's not
seriously.
true. I have text proof.
Oh,
I have
whatever.
all the texts
I do
from
too.
you. I have the books that you wrote to me.
I'm literally asking
Apologizing
for clarity.
for coming off that way.
I know, because you always take everything that I had to say and spin it in the whole JR lies.
That's not a lie.
I was left distraught. Like, I was so confused. I just wanted some answers. And then for my birthday, he asked me if I would be open to dinner. Canceled the night of and never rescheduled.
Okay, so sick.
With that whole birthday thing, I was just like, you know what? I need to start prioritizing and choosing myself. And I was so intentional.
By the way, I'm waiting for Sandy. I'm waiting for Sandy to give us some tea, because something tells me Sandy got something. Okay? She's sitting there on the couch, and she's shaking her head, and she's like, it's like she knows a little bit more. Whew. Oh, also, we've seen that Sandy wants to appear to be like a girl's girl. This whole, like, I was making him better for you. Wild for her to say those things. So I am interested in what she has to say.
About healing, where I wanted to heal to the point where if my future husband, a real man, walks through that door, I won't be using yesterday's pain as today's perspective, and I will open my heart to love that man.
For sure.
But I honestly did not respect the fact that he refused to give closure to a 3-year relationship. If you truly did love me, and I question that to this very day.
Well, Jay, let me ask you, after you left
I also want to stop here and say that the closure was him not proposing to you. I don't know if y'all agree, but that's where I'm at with that. I feel like if she needed closure, it should have been the day that he decided not to propose to you. He broke up with you. That's what I said before. That was a breakup. She instead, again, she was like still saying baby, still saying this. The moment that happened, she should have been like, I'm single. This was it. We went through this process. I didn't get what I wanted. Sever ties. And I know sometimes that doesn't translate in the real world, But girl, he clearly broke up with you and he said, I'm leaving here single. What closure did you need? We might need to reevaluate what closure means for people and if closure is truly necessary. Is closure necessary? Let me know in the comments.
Experience. In your mind, were you guys, was that
was
the point
it.
where you
I
broke
took
up?
the experience for what it was, and I told her after that decision, we are really broken up, and she did not want to take that at face value. So listen, I have a lot of love for Zaina. I don't know where all this hostility is coming from. I've helped her whenever she called on me. There's no time where I shut her out and it was like, I don't want to talk to you. I just said, Zaina, I need time to process things. So I haven't given her closure because I'm still processing things.
To this day, are you still processing?
We never put a timeline on closure. I've been working on myself. I've been on a journey of self. And she's asked me for, where are we? Where are this? I'm like, I'm not at a place right now where I could speak on our relationship. I still need time. Even to today, yes, I'm still processing things. That was a lot that we went through.
Sure.
How is it seeing her here today?
I don't know
What's that
if
bring
you
up
still
for
need to process it a year later.
You know, like I said, she was the best girlfriend I've ever had. She looks gorgeous. I have a lot of love out to this day. I have a lot of love for her. Like, she's killing it right now. I do pay attention to her socials, and I see that she's killing it at life, and I'm
Let's
so
go,
happy
Zaina.
for her.
You killing it.
Now that I'm not
I don't follow her on
delusionally in
socials,
love
but I'm not
anymore,
surprised.
I can see the red flags. I can see the signs. I truly feel like to this day, you had no intention of ever proposing.
I don't even think you believe that, but okay.
You have no idea.
Go
I
off. I understand you
100%
have to
believe
defend
that.
yourself, but go
Even
off.
before watching back everything,
Go
which
off.
He's such a loser.
solidified my.
He's such a loser. He's sassy. The way that they talk about sassy men, I don't really pay attention to that. But if sassy was a thing, this is it. He's so like, why are you going back and forth with her like this? Whatever you got to say to make yourself feel better. I know you go off, go off, go off. He's arguing like I feel a woman would argue with another woman. Feels very weird.
Thoughts about you.
So you don't think I've ever loved you throughout our
I think
entire
you were
relationship?
checked out the last year of our relationship. A day before we started the experience, I got DMs from a woman with screenshots of her and JR's conversation with him flirting with her.
I'm sorry?
And he tried to gaslight me by saying that it was Photoshop. And it wasn't Photoshop. I'm not stupid.
I owned up to it.
Why would you do the same
The
exact
messages
thing that
were
you were
Photoshopped.
upset that your ex-wife did?
I never cheated on you. I never cheated on you.
That was a form of cheating. That was 24.
I just said this from the last episode. Did I not? I need to play it back for myself in my mind. Like, did I not say that he has probably done something to her? And we're seeing it now. Talking about you try to convince me that it was Photoshop, and he's like, yeah, but I admitted that I was wrong. Yeah, after you try to lie about it and gaslight her into believing that what she was seeing wasn't real. If you go about things and you make it seem like, oh, this is wrong, this isn't real, by the time you've done that, like, and doubled down on your indiscretions, you apologizing for it, that's past. You could have fessed up to it the moment that it was brought to your attention, and you chose not to.
4 hours before we started this experience, y'all. And I feel like that was God showing me, Zay, red flag.
Wait, go back. Wait, go back.
That was a form of cheating. That was 24 hours before we started this experience, y'all. And I feel like that was God showing me, Zay,
24 hours before
red
the
flag,
experience?
Red flag. Run for the hills.
JR, let me ask you, before coming here today, was there any part of you that saw yourself getting back together with Zaina?
No.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
What?
Obviously that door seems shut now, but
I need y'all to see Zaina's face.
That thing that you were upset that your ex-wife did.
Hey, was there any part of you that saw yourself getting back together with Zaina?
Yeah, I'll be honest.
Look at Zayna's face, y'all. Zaina is me. Cause what? Zaina is me. Because what? No. You thought you were gonna come back to this reunion and make up with Zaina? After you just been running your mouth like she just couldn't get the hint. It was over and she was just pushing it. Twilight Zone. JR's in the Twilight Zone. JR believes whatever JR wants to believe. Whatever's happening in his own world. Whatever makes him look better.
Obviously that door seems shut now, but I was like, I'm still processing things. It could still be a possibility down the line.
Why are you still processing things a smooth year and change later? And y'all let me know if my timeline is off. This happened like a year or so ago, right? That's usually how they kind of like film things and turn around. How long do you need to process this? Because you're not processing. You're not going to sell me on that. But like, how long does one really need to process this experience? And I can say, let's just say he still needs to process it. Maybe while rewatching it, you know, it brings up old things. So then that starts the processing all over again. Perhaps. I'm going to need him to hurry it up. Process, move on.
Fine.
So Zaina, is the door fully closed on your relationship?
Hell yes.
Like,
you see how Zaina didn't hesitate? Is it closed? Hell yes. JR, me, nothing. Done. Through. Zaina was not hesitating. Zaina's not about to play this game with JR and make it seem like maybe there's something there.
The version of JR that I thought I knew is not who I see today, saw during the whole experience. Like, you are a liar.
Lied about what?
You're a con artist. Everything that you said about your trial marriage with Sandy was a complete lie to me. Yes.
How?
I don't know who you are.
How?
You
Explain,
literally
please.
told me you guys kissed twice. Sandy initiated it. Nothing was going on. I wasn't that into her. I'm not that attracted. Like, you said all of these things, and I had to sit and watch it back, and it's the complete opposite. Nick reached out to have a conversation a couple weeks back, and we were talking about it, and he's like, you know, saying, I think they may have
done the do.
Yeah, Nick reached out the first week.
No, we didn't.
We
did
didn't
not.
And
you know,
I was like, honestly,
and you know we didn't, Nick.
Honestly, Nick, what did I tell you?
Yeah.
What?
I am so emotionally
Jesus.
removed from it that I would not care. It would just add to the list of reasons as to why I am over that relationship with JR, and I'm glad I'm no longer in it.
Okay, Zaina.
I think that, and I'm just to clarify that, the thought was there. And now watching it back, the passion between the two of you, if I wasn't there and Zaina wasn't there and you guys, like, naturally that's where it would have progressed. It's
Oh,
not as if
yes.
You guys were just like, you know, it was hot and heavy. And it was above my head. Like, and I mean above my head, like, physically. I don't know if everybody quite understands that they lived above me. I didn't want to know that. I didn't try to know that. I was walked out into an interview, sat down and looked up, and there they are. And it was just...
Good for them for sticking to this idea that it didn't go further than kissing. We know. You know. I know. It went down. But they're going to stick to it. Because what else would they do in this moment? Right? Like, what's the point of admitting to it now? It would benefit no one, it would, I'm sure people would drag them all over socials. I don't do anything like that. But we saw it. They're a little too comfortable, a little too chummy in the bed, in the pool. Yeah. We're not buying it.
It's like, wonderful neighbors. Like, this is great.
To be clear,
Like-
there's suggestions that you guys maybe did more than kiss a couple times. You're saying that absolutely is not true.
No, it did not happen.
Nothing transpired past a kiss. Like,
Oh, first off, the question is clear. Nick Lachey is saying that they did more than kiss 2 times. Production about to run the tape. If they know what's good for them, run the tape.
like
And
that,
I forgot about the third kiss.
that
I
is
swear
sexual.
I
I
didn't-
told
I
you
don't
about
even
the
remember the
fourth,
third
fifth,
kiss.
fifth.
I think you guys
Like-
are
There's only like
into
3
each other
kisses.
and you're
Who's
exploring
counting?
it.
Should we do a
I
count?
just like
I
it's
think
like
we should.
You guys were into each other and you're exploring it. I have
And you downplayed it completely. And please do not sit here and lie to my face and in front of everyone that you did not downplay your connection with Sandy. It made it seem like she was the one that was coming on to you.
I said she initiated the second kiss.
I think that Zaina, and I've wrote about this, Zaina need to check Sandy about some stuff too, because Sandy sat in her face and like, no, we're friends. I'm making them better for you. Boop, 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 boop. And I respect Zaina for keeping it cute with her partner and saying, a, you know, not keeping it cute, but checking her partner. You know what I'm saying? Like saying like, yo, you knew how you were supposed to act and you messed up. But Sandy also downplayed it. Probably downplayed it even more than JR. And she didn't need to do all that. That's what's so crazy. She's like, I just want you to know. Girl, you were trying to be a girl's girl and you failed.
Kiss, and that's on camera.
They were
Now you're
very
just making
afraid to
stuff
tell the
up.
truth. I get
And
it.
it's okay
Well, listen,
to tell the
Zaina,
truth.
I understand you're hurt. It's okay.
I
Like,
actually am so
well, listen.
over you.
I don't know what's up with
that
Nick.
Listen,
It's like I just want to
understand-
clarify
I understand why
everything.
you're upset, especially after seeing back the
Is
footage.
Nick back with Sandy?
Like, I get
'Cause
it,
why is he
and I
defending them?
apologize that I made you feel that way. I
Still.
will say 1,000 times that I came into this experience wanting to get the most out of it and treat my trial marriage with Sandy like a real marriage, which we did, and then treat our marriage like a real marriage, which we did, and I got the answer that I
Barely.
needed.
So, Sandy, I want to ask you, because obviously, from us watching, it seemed like there was genuine, pretty electric chemistry happening between the two of you in your 3-week trial marriage. So, walk us through what was happening behind closed doors.
like this is just a lot. It's honestly like JR and I, we had flirty chemistry from the start. That's very clear. Okay. I came into this feeling extremely neglected and
Sandy, we do not want to hear you cry. We do not care.
unseen in my relationship
Tell us the
with
tea.
Nick, and like a lot of really heavy conversations and arguments, and then coming in here, it was kind of just like, okay, let's just have some fun and, you know, let's see what else is here. And I think that's why it comes off as just like a bit unserious. And we did have a connection. I'm not denying that. Physical touch is both of our love languages, and I think it wasn't, I don't know about Zaina, but I know it wasn't for Nick. So that was something in my relationship that it was a challenge. And so I think that was something that him and I, we felt comfortable giving each other that reassurance, shoulder rub, you know, hand, whatever. But it was a physical, fun, flirty dynamic. And yes, we did kiss, but nothing transpired past a kiss. But there was so much more that unfortunately you guys don't get to see. But it is honestly, it's a little unsettling to me, and I can't imagine how it makes Nick and Zaina feel watching that.
Completely removed and detached. Like I was
same.
watching a movie of somebody that I
This
had
is
no
a detached
idea.
couch over here, but
This is a large part of our dynamic.
Not the detached
Such
couch.
a small part of our
one
dynamic.
thing that I wish the two of you would have done was to be transparent and honest. And during girls' night, you falsely
Yes.
reassured me when I didn't even ask for it. And it's like a complete lie. So why reassure me saying nothing's going on? It's like we're not even dating if that's not the truth.
I understand
You should have just
that.
said nothing at all.
You're right. I
Zaina, this is what I needed from you. Zaina, this is what I needed from you. Okay? I've been saying it. I just said it. Zaina need to check Sandy. Okay? Because unprovoked, Sandy came out of her mouth and lied boldly. No one asked for it. Zayn didn't say, hey, can you just give me the tea about what's going on between you two? Like, what's going on? And you decide to lie in that moment. No. You just felt the need because you felt guilty. Let's call it what it is. And you just decided to concoct this story of you just doing, it's not that big of a connection. I'm doing it for you. And I'm glad she's making it very clear. You didn't have to say nothing to me, girl. You chose to say that because you're a weirdo. Hi, how are you?
And the thing that I can own up to at the girls' night is giving you too much reassurance that, like, nothing's going on. But he loves you. He would talk so highly about you and how much he loves and adores you. Behind closed doors, JR and I were talking about Nick and Zaina. Like, we really were diving into the depths of our relationships, helping each other as friends.
JR said at the guys' dinner that he didn't know what he was going to do, which is fair.
Oh, multiple times.
I didn't have an issue with him. I still don't have an issue with him. I don't have an issue with anybody. Honestly, I was watching two people fall very deeply for each other. It just so happened to be my ex-girlfriend, who I was very deeply in love with at one point.
And behind closed
it's
doors,
really hard
JR
to
was
watch.
downplaying the whole thing. So it's like, what is reality and what was fake? What was performative and what was
I didn't make
real?
a decision yet on whether or not I was leaving with Sandy, Zaina, or myself.
Well, one mystery left unsolved this season from Boys' Night was who told Scotty that JR was here for a hall pass?
It doesn't matter.
Does it matter to you, Scotty, to you? Zaina, to you?
Yes, it does. Okay. Do either of you have your phones?
What do you need a phone for?
I have text message proof. I have a chip on my nail.
A what? Damn, girl.
I have a chip on my nail.
Let me see.
What? It's literally a chip.
Oh, that's actually
like a QR code thing?
So I just have to do this.
This is what I'm talking about.
You know you're old when this.
We're in the full matrix
and then
right now.
boom.
Zaina, you got what on what? Zaina, you showed up with a chip, QR code, whatever, underneath your nail with proof of who said what to Scotty? Or, yeah, who said what to Scotty? Yeah. This is a new level of receipt giving. I need to get on Zaina's level. You came with a chip on your nail, Zaina. I love it. Let's find out who said what.
And there's a folder called receipts. So. Oh my God.
A receipt
There's a folder called receipts.
On a nail. Damn. Thank you to my nail tag.
Shout out to the nail tag, for real.
Because I just wanted to clear the air with that because I feel like this was JR's ploy to ruin our trial marriage, Scotty, and get into your head.
This is from Zaina. Did Scotty tell you what Aria said? She was breaking down crying because guys are treating this like a hall pass and not talking about Nick. I'm like, the only other person is JR. And then JR says, what the fuck? How am I getting dragged into this? I'm literally on film saying, that's not what I wanted. Then you say, he's not trying to stir the pot. He was trying to decipher what the fuck Aria was talking about. He was.
All right, let me stop for a second.
Badly about you.
Let me read this real quick. Because I think my confusion comes from who is she texting? So she says, did Scotty, this is Zaina. I'll pull this up so y'all can see it too. Did Scotty tell you what Aria said? She was breaking down, crying because guys are treating like this a hall pass. And not talking about Nick. I'm like, the only other person is JR. JR's like, why am I getting dragged into this? Ah, so this is her texting JR. Okay. So what she's saying is Arya told Scotty. I think that's what I'm seeing here. Arya told Scotty that guys are treating this like a hall pass. Ah, okay. And then Zaina offered up JR's name. So she kind of implied JR might be here, treating this like a hall pass. And Scotty might have ran with it. I don't know. I'm confused. Let's get some more.
He wasn't speaking badly about you.
That states clearly that Scotty was not talking shit about you. So why would you bring that heat to guys' night knowing that the conversation stemmed with Arya?
But how would that make you feel if you received a text like that?
Let's take a quick look back at some unseen clips of just how you spent dating week.
Oh,
Let's take a
boy.
look.
Sorry, guys. We can't be filming that.
I'm attracted to different people. I am open to dibbling, dabbling in a different relationship.
Yeah.
Ain't no cameras in the room. Like, let's do us. We gotta experience what it's like to be married, right? Oh, yeah. I'm not seeking, like, sex out of this experience, but I do like challenges.
Like, I'm okay with cuddling. I like being the little spoon and stuff like that, but I'm not
Oh,
gonna like
no.
have sex with you.
What about, like, the foot thing?
Oh.
Can we get that far? Obviously, I have a high sex drive. Well, no, you don't know that, but that's like
Obviously.
I like a good blowjob.
What is happening here?
Are you making mean salmon?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it dry or is it juicy?
No, it's nice and moist. Nice and juicy.
Like you?
Ew, JR's a loser.
3 weeks. I could get you pregnant or something.
Oh my God.
There is a rumor going around saying I'm here for a hall pass. What does that mean? There's cameras everywhere, so it should be interesting to see what comes out. Have you watched other seasons though?
I didn't watch none of the seasons.
I like season 1 though. I like Jake, Zay, Randall. Like, I'm trying to be on that vibe for 3 weeks. I got a whole pass.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Oh my.
And there it is. Proof. You know what? One thing production's gonna do is be messy. Thank you, production, for pulling the receipts. Also, I feel really bad for Arya because Arya already feels weird about physical touch, even with someone that she has been with for however long. And here comes JR's scummy hands touching her leg and doing all this stuff. Like, you could just see how uncomfortable she is. And I'm so sad Arya went through that. But we got to see it. Production made sure to give us the receipts. He felt he had a hall pass. He said it. Who cares who relayed the message to who and who's running around saying what? You said it. Ugh. He's so icky.
God.
Can we all applaud right now? What do you have to say
You
for
really
yourself?
think I came here for a hall pass? The fact that
No. What do you have to say to
anybody
that?
thinks that is
Was
crazy.
that insensitive or no? You are so gross.
I think the thing is with you, JR,
I just said that.
You lead
He's
with
so
that stuff
icky.
a lot of the times, and it's funny jokes, but it's like it can obviously come off the wrong way. And I do see where like Nick was uncomfortable with me matching up with you and other people because it's like that's what they're seeing outwardly. Like you know me and you know my heart, and it's hurtful to hear you talk about things where it's like, you know, saying you want to give it a try, no strings attached, or like, you know,
She is seeing how he was talking about her like a little plaything, a little piece of meat that he could just try and taste and then go back to whatever. Oh, I forgot he was running his mouth about I want to be with a white girl. Because that's what it was. It was him just trying to try a new flavor. Ooh. Ooh, Sandy, you didn't deserve that. And you probably thought that he was only being this flirty sexual way with you. And you got to see that that's just who he is. And it didn't matter who was on the other side. And the only reason why it probably was you is because Arya made it very clear these things will not be happening in a trial marriage. That's why he chose you. Because Arya wasn't going to give him any of that action that you were giving him. Oof.
Up and it's like, oh, is this what a one night stand feels like? It's just like little things like that. And I know that you had so much more to say, but it's just hard to like to see what's what's shown.
I don't want to seem like it was one-sided either, where I was the only one that was being flirtatious, Sandy. Because you were meeting me halfway. Like I was the only one being flirtatious?
For sure.
I mean,
I saw it pretty mutual. I'm not gonna.
Look, here's the thing.
Thank you.
Nick, we don't care about what you think.
There's so much more, and that's not it. I would never.
Your
match
view
up
is
with you
skewed.
If that's all that I was getting, are you kidding me?
All right, wait, JR. When you said I'm here on that vibe, I'm here for a hall pass.
I was taken out of context. I'm not here for a fucking.
Context is your
If I
word
want
of
a hall pass, why would I come
Answer
here?
of
I'll
the
just
day.
break up with your ass and get a girl back in LA. Like, why would I
We
come
should
here
have
for a hall
broken up.
pass?
We honestly, really should have broken up. Y'all, when I say the ultimatum saved me from
Woo! Oh wait. Let's go back a little bit. Cause I want to give Arya her moment to say what she wants to say. Cause he said, I would have just broken up with you. The hall pass comment, out of context, it was clear as day. Because anybody who watched season 1 knows what went down in season 1. People were doing the do in season 1. And he wanted to be on that vibe. Yuck.
All right, wait, JR. When you said I'm here on that vibe, I'm here for a hall pass.
I was taken out of context. I'm not here for a fucking.
context is your
If I
word
want
of
a
the
hall pass, why would I
cop-out
come
answer
here?
of
I'll
the
just break
day.
up with your ass and get a girl back in LA. Like, why would I
We
come
should
here
have
for a hall
broken up.
pass?
We honestly, really should have broken up.
Arya is
Y'all,
like-
when I say the ultimatum saved me from making the worst decision of my life, I am so grateful for this show.
This is pissing me off. Like,
Well, it's a good thing you came here, and
What did I say in the final episode? Zaina, you won, girl. Him breaking up with you, you won. I'm happy for you. Honestly, truly. Because he's a weirdo. Arya's like, oh my God, this is weird. Awkward. Get me out of here. And now Jared talking about he's mad. You're mad because everything that you try to make it seem, the picture that you wanted to put out there, which is the problem with these shows nowadays. A lot of people come in there and they're too aware of the cameras and they're too aware of how they want to present themselves on screen that they're not being real. JR's just another one.
saw each other's true colors. Switching gears. A large part of all of your time here, you guys, was affected by two couples who decided to leave the experience early. One of those couples has decided to join us today.
We're probably gonna
A
skip
couple
through
who
this,
went
y'all.
from marry or move on to marry, move on, and move out. Vanessa and Dave.
What I say, Vanessa and Dave. Micah wasn't showing up.
Welcome, welcome.
Not having it. He didn't want anything to do with this process.
Good to see everyone again.
So when was the last time you saw everyone?
When we left.
When you left?
Yeah.
You haven't
Actually,
reconnected.
we've seen Mariah and Caleb since then.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's it? Yeah.
Welcome back. Before we dive into why you guys left, let's take a look back at your short.
We don't need to. We don't need to take a look back at their
Really necessary. Yeah, with you. I'm like, oh.
experience.
Deserve.
I like your face. Dave, he may have been threatened. I don't know. But Vanessa got her stuff out and she's gone.
Dave was
well,
threatened.
Let's get into it. Vanessa, it is.
You crashed out once you found out that Sandy kissed JR, rather, and you were telling Vanessa you felt so alone and you straight up crashing out, probably blowing up Sandy's phone too. Vanessa's like, why am I doing this with you? You clearly aren't going to focus on me. You're going to be stuck on Sandy. Why am I staying here? And we saw Dave's experience, so we knew he was ready to leave. So what are you talking about?
Is the burning question. Why did you decide to leave?
Well, I mean, there were a lot of reasons why I decided to leave. Nick, you are probably expecting some kind of resolution or some kind of answer out of this today. And, well, you did text me 2 days ago asking, so.
I was curious if you were coming.
You're shaking your head no.
No, I said I was curious if you were coming.
But you said that it would help clear things up for you.
I thought it would just help clear things up in general. Like,
well, but you said specifically for you, so.
I think it said specifically, I think it would clear things up.
Okay.
Whatever.
Anyway.
Let's clear it up.
Maybe for me.
Sure,
for me as well.
So, during our time together, I think that there was genuinely a friendship and somewhat of a bond in the beginning during the dating week.
Why did Sandy turn like that?
Once we moved in, it felt like a light switch went off, and there were just things that made me feel really uncomfortable.
She saw the red flags, y'all.
Didn't make it into the show, and
Mhm.
conversations that you and I had that you actually pulled me outside or into the room where there weren't mics and cameras. And it's not my dirty laundry to air. Everyone has trauma, but the difference is I don't feel like you have accepted that you still have a lot of work to do to work through your trauma. And it became very clear to me that there was just not a learning opportunity in the situation living with you.
Can you elaborate on anything?
Before she elaborates, what'd I just say? What did I just say, y'all? Nick, you're the reason why she left, because she got to see you crashing out in real time. And the fact that she's like, he would pull me aside and have these conversations, and she realized like this is a broken man and this experiment isn't going to help him. We knew that. And I said this to you guys before. He'll sit there and acknowledge all day. Yeah, I know it's me. I know I'm not great. I know I do this. But he'll do nothing to actually fix it. He's not talking about therapy. He's talking about anything. He just wants to sit there and be like, yeah, I suck. I'm so sorry you have to deal with the fact that I suck. While also continuing the abuse, essentially. Because no one should feel badgered and feel going through this emotional roller coaster. At some point, it becomes abusive. Oof. Let's see if Vanessa's going to give Sandy some insight.
Some of it's very personal, so.
Do you know what she's talking about, Nick?
Kudos to Vanessa for not trying to air out those private conversations in public like this. That is a private conversation.
When I found out about Sandy and JR, and I reacted very poorly. I went to a very dark state. I started drinking a lot. Vanessa was trying to be supportive. I was shutting her down. I was pretty rude, I would say. I was cold. I felt very unsafe and scared, and I know that she was trying to help, but I was trying to run away from everything at that point. There was a really easy experience in the beginning with Vanessa and I that probably created a sense of safety from me that hadn't been developed on her end yet. And I probably opened up a little too much of what was going on with me too soon. Like, that was a lot. I just felt like I did try to hold space for you really well when you were going through it. And I felt like, you know, it was tough for me because I was going through something and I didn't.
Vanessa's expression right there was like, when I was going through what? She looked over at her man and was like, what is he talking about? You held space for her when she was going through what? When Dave was saying, hey, I'm having difficulty. That's a natural thing. She stood on her own, you know what I'm saying, 10 toes down. You know what I'm saying? She knew this was difficult, and she wasn't allowing Dave's position to sway her. She was going to go through this process. She even said to Dave, like, hey, we're here. We're going to go through the process. And I understand it's difficult for you, but that's just how it is. And Dave accepted it and was doing whatever on his end. It wasn't until you started crashing out that she's like, oh, let me get up out of here. Whew. We are almost through this, y'all. I think about 15 minutes. If you have made it this far, thank you. I know I've paused a lot. I just want to give you guys my thoughts in real time. Yeah. Thank you guys for sticking out. We have 15 more minutes. We'll try to get through this as quickly as possible.
Didn't really know what to do.
You know, spiraled. I tried to comfort you and be a listener
Spiraled?
and just take it all in. And also I even specifically asked you, like, do you want advice? Do you want me to just be a sounding board for you and like hold space for you? Because I'm happy to do that too. And you weren't very receptive of what I was giving, even though I asked you first. You were just pretty like ugly. And I mean, that was the first day living with you. It was like I rode 15 roller coasters that day with you. And
my God,
I don't
this
know
was day
anyone
one?
that would have wanted to stay in that.
That's exactly like how I feel in the relationship. Like the fact that you experienced that in one day, you had described it
And
perfectly.
I could see that through watching.
Then I've been
back.
This is what we've been going through for 2-3 years. And it's really, really difficult because you're such a beautiful person and I love you so much, but your demons get in the way and you can feel that.
I mean, you even lied about things like, one of the biggest reasons why I connected with you was because you told me that you were homeschooled. Because I was homeschooled and like...
I was homeschooled. What are you talking about?
For one semester though, like that's so different.
A year. It was a year of my life. What? This is also. I'm not.
But
I genuinely don't really know. I understand why you left, and I'm sorry for that day that I made you feel uncomfortable. You discounting us having genuine conversations and connecting about stuff that we both had like a lot of fears around and made each other feel supported. And I had your back that night when you were freaking out about Dave. I held space for you. You were crying all night about Dave. I said, you're gonna be okay. He loves you. He supports you. I got you. He's not going anywhere. You were literally inconsolable. You crying, I need Dave. I need Dave.
Point?
What do you mean, what's my point? You're making it seem
He's
as if
saying that he was there for you when you were going through it,
like,
and then when
I'm
he was
some,
going
like,
through it.
Yes,
But I was also there for you when you were going through it.
Until
Yes, were they there for one another? Sure. It's completely different though. Vanessa's saying, hey, I cried. Again, this is natural. That feeling is normal. Nick, from what I'm hearing, you crashed out. You were blowing up your girl phone. You went on a bender. Now you're drinking. You were being nasty to her, rude, which we've seen you do, right? You did it with Sandy twice from what we can see, right? Where when things don't go the way you want, you immediately become cold. You cut off. Don't touch me. Do this. You become a different person. Was it Dr. Jekyll? Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde? Very much that. It's scary. So the fact that you were treating this person that you don't know and being nasty to this person you just met, different. Crying, one thing. Acting like a deranged human being, completely unhinged, Another. Not the same. Please stop comparing what you both went through. Completely different things.
Yes, until it was too much. It was too much, and I
Because
understand
it
that.
is too much. It's not fair. You
Okay,
shouldn't
so
put
it wasn't
other-
fair for her to do
you
that to
shouldn't
me
put
either, and I
people in that
shouldn't.
position.
But Nick, the difference is so clear. When I was there for you, you lashed back at me. When you were there for me, I was actually
hear it.
receiving that. So do you see the difference or not?
Sure.
I feel like we're all shitting on Nick a little bit too much right now.
Those are the questions.
Because
that
he
are
deserves
being
it.
asked,
Because
so-
he deserves it.
No, you're cool. We're cool, bro.
Guys, no one's gonna shit on anyone.
There's clearly a lot of unresolved feelings, so
Feelings? No. There's a lot of there's facts and fiction here. Like, I think
Facts
whatever makes you
and
feel good about it
fiction.
and move forward happily is the most important part.
Vanessa, why did you leave without telling Nick?
oh, I mean, he also knew that that day that we fought, the entire day, that I was extremely perturbed about him, like turning it back around on me whenever the cameras were rolling.
But you didn't feel like you needed to say goodbye?
No.
Not really.
We had known
Why-
him for like
what-
3 hours.
Yeah, what does she
I
owe
don't owe
him?
anything.
So Dave,
Nothing.
when Vanessa called this off, was this her?
Do you think you should say
initiating it, or
goodbye
Were you also
to
seeing
someone
what was
that's being
happening
nasty to
between her
me
and
that I
Nick
don't
and
really
feeling like
know?
you wanted to pull the plug?
Deuces.
Just felt like the experience was unnecessary at a certain point. I had discovered a lot about myself. I know this is my person. I'm good to go now. Like, if Vanessa wants to stay, I think at one of the cocktail parties, she's like, I'm getting a lot out of this experience. I'd like to stay.
She did say
we
that.
continued.
So nothing of Nick threatened you in your relationship?
No. Like, I had already kind of figured out a lot.
So obviously the four of you made a decision to leave. That was best for you. But you have to also recognize
Nick is literally crashing out in this moment, but he has no outlet. So he's sitting here, he's blowing out. He's like, he just can't believe that he's been called out and that his idea of the events is not true. He's convinced himself that Dave was threatened by him. Not true. Exactly what I said, which is, hey, when Dave was having that moment, Vanessa was like, hey, I'm sticking this out. And Dave agreed to stick it out, which you just heard. So Vanessa probably hit Dave up like, hey, I'm good on this one. Let's go. And that's all Dave needed to pack up his bags and book. And with Chanel going through what she was going through with Micah night one, Chanel was like, good. Micah probably encouraged her to leave. Come on, man. What are we talking about?
recognize that it did have a lasting impact on other people's experiences throughout this.
Yeah. I will just say, like, I think in the moment, because I know I said something, like, I was upset when you left Nick because
yeah, I understand.
It's like, you know, we all sign up for this. We know what the thing is. And then we're already in the process. And then you leaving, it did impact. Then Dave left and then Micah and Chanel. So it does have a domino effect. And it sucked for the rest of us. I don't blame you for leaving, but it impacted the dynamic of all of us, and it was hard. And it was obviously really hard for Nick to be by himself, you know?
It's
Sandy,
the
we don't
best
care.
thing that ever happened to me. Thank you both.
Oh.
Really?
No, it was the worst thing I ever went through, and now I'm in a great place.
Do you feel like you, Vanessa, got your ultimatum question answered by Dave?
I do. I think that it opened up a lot of dialogue between
Are y'all
us that
engaged
we
or
weren't
not?
really having before. So it did help us progress in many different ways.
Like she said, I think we talked about a lot of things that helped us get to a new level after the show, because we came out of that just like a rocket. Like, we wanted to talk about kids. We wanted to talk about the future a lot more than we ever had.
Yeah.
So I think it was very enlightening for both of us to see
Are
that we
you
were
guys engaged?
aligned as we talked about things that were like 5-10 years down the road, which was awesome. I'm still 100% wanting to marry.
The fact that exactly. We don't care. The fact that you guys came to this experiment to decide whether or not to get married, but had not talked about the future prior to coming? Why are you here? Why are you guys here? Oh, we started talking about kids and talking about this. Why wouldn't you talk about that before you got here? I don't get it. Let's wrap this
Vanessa.
up.
And that is.
I told you guys I did not want to see this couple.
I just heard Dave said that a proposal might be coming soon.
Yeah.
So.
But we aren't there yet, right? No proposals
He didn't
happening.
take me ring shopping.
Yeah, we've done things. You can come next time.
He won't say it, but
I don't need to be there.
Yeah.
You would ring shopping.
I just have one thing to say. Is there was something very untrue on the show. Was that Vanessa farts and I don't like it.
Glad we cleared that
I
up.
don't not like it. It's
The way we look, let me show y'all Zaina. Damn, you can't see her face. Here, hold on. Let me take this off. Do you see her face? I swear Zaina is me. You needed to clear up what? That you like her farts? Why did y'all bring these people back? They're not engaged now. We knew why they left. We didn't need to see them. All right, let's continue.
It's just they are disgustingly smelly.
Stop, can we go? Oh my God. We have to leave
Glad we got
now.
that sorted out.
Well, thank you
appreciate
guys.
you
so
guys.
much for
Ugh.
coming,
Thank you.
And we wish you all the best.
See y'all.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Deuces.
Okay.
We did not
moving
need to
on.
see you. We did not want to
Sandy
see
and
you.
Nick.
Nick, what happened between the two of you after the experience ended?
Basically, the way it unfolded was I wasn't ready to ask Sandy to marry me. It wasn't gonna happen at that point. So at the end, where you see me going like this, I was not going for a ring. I was going for a piece of paper. Her visceral reaction to me going to that movement, I saw how removed she was from me. I could just tell that was it.
I think he's lying. Because in the show, he said when he reached for the ring.
And then I begged and pleaded, please.
The
let's
way
figure
people
this out.
rewrite history is
She
really
agreed,
crazy.
And I agreed that I needed to get some help. I was drinking a lot. And that's scary for me because, you know, it's been something that I've had to really look at this year. I went to recovery. Sandy took me there. And then she decided a week into that she didn't want to do that. And she went on a trip, and she's been pretty much tripping ever since.
Good for Sandy.
Is that your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, pretty accurate. Like we broke up at the end, at the ultimatum day. I didn't go through all of this to just stay in a relationship afterwards. It was either like an engagement or a breakup. I have so much love for Nick. We have a very, very special, deep connection, and love is not the problem. It's just we're looking at this in terms of a life partner. And going through this process, like I saw a lot of things where it showed me that he's not the right life partner for me and vice versa. You know, we got the answers that we came here for.
Nick.
I mean, I was sad, I was sick, I was using alcohol to try to numb myself. I was self-medicating. I was frustrated with being in an experience where I felt unseen. And honestly, like, I've been with Sandy for a while, and yeah, like, we've always, seeing her touch and flirt in front of another man like that quick was fucking hard. Like, I don't know, I saw it date one, like, and I was continuously trying.
Nick is exhausting. Sandy about to cry, y'all. Look at this. I'm so happy this is going to be the last time I have to see Sandy cry. I'm so happy this is the last time I have to see Sandy cry. I'm so sorry. I sympathize with her because, again, I feel like or rather, empathize with her. clearly she went through something with him. There's a lot things were said and done behind the scenes when he's going through these moments, these episodes where he's losing his mind, and obviously alcohol had something to do with that. He cannot regulate his emotions, and unfortunately she was on the other end of that, so I feel bad for her for sure. I just can't. I just want it to be over. Nick. The idea that she told Nick that she was going to be there for him and then backed out of it is crazy. But I understand why she did it. That's no longer her burden. It's just no longer a burden. Sorry.
Trying to get in between them. I felt abandoned. I felt unloved. I felt scared. And a lot of that darkness, unfortunately, was directed at Sandy. So she was getting bombarded with an emotionally aggressive energy from me. And still then finding something that was maybe beautiful between the two of you. I don't know. I watch it back.
Emotionally aggressive.
I don't
Y'all heard it,
have
right?
The same attachment now because,
like I said before, abusive.
Because I just don't, and we've been through so much hell. But like, I still love you, and I would have wanted you to have an honest experience. And I'm sorry that I fucked it up for you in whatever way.
Well, we saw you go over to the apartment. That was very hard to watch for everybody, and I'm sure to relive it. But were there other times that Nick was trying to infiltrate you?
That was also
Sandy?
one of the hardest days
Every
day?
in my life.
And guess what? It didn't stop after the show either. It wasn't just that day or that week. It's been the last year. Like, it's been a lot. It has been a lot. I'm really exhausted with my relationship with Nick.
Well, I think you mentioned some of the struggles that Nick was having changed how you showed up for JR.
Obviously, there was a lot of bombarding with communication. There were many boundaries crossed in that. And that did impact the way that I was kind of showing up with JR.
Trust me, I wish I could have let you guys just go.
How do you think it would have changed their dynamic, you think?
I think they probably would have.
You could have.
You know, been
let
able
them
to
just
be less
go.
fearful of following a clear,
You could have went home.
honest connection with each other. I think I got in the way because I was fucked up about it. Like, I would, if that's how I felt with somebody else, I'd have a real hard time not pursuing it.
So you guys haven't seen each other?
Literally, no.
We haven't spoken, seen each other, nothing.
No DMs.
No DMs.
Like we believe you.
Outside of like literally checking in
Like
when this
maybe,
first
but
ended.
maybe the first week
outside
when
of
it
being
first
like, hey,
ended.
how are you?
And
How
I
about
even
happy
told you.
holidays?
And I
Happy
told
New
you
Year?
about that.
Yeah.
So
So
Sandy
why would
reached
you say
out.
no contact?
So, Nick, you may have heard Mariah tell Sandy she didn't think that you were husband material. What did you think hearing that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got to be careful when you fall in love with an artist. Like, it's gonna be a different lifestyle than most. And like, where my passion and creativity comes from, I definitely would not be a good husband to most people, but I will be a phenomenal husband to the right person.
Were you?
I said this to y'all before. He is so invested in this tortured artist persona. That's what it is to be with an artist. Yeah, we might not make great husbands, but I'll be the right husband to the right person. No, you're not a good husband. Not because you're an artist, because you cannot regulate your emotions and you allow your emotions to guide your art. So you want the roller coaster because you feel like that is what you tap into to make art. Instead of using those moments, regulating them, and kind of like turning it into art, like kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. Because you're gonna feel, you know? It's like someone who should be medicated that doesn't want to be medicated because that allows them to be a better artist. I think we saw that with Kanye West, right? Kanye West suffers from bipolar. He went through a lot of stuff with the medication, but he also feel like it suppressed him artistically. That is what's happening here. I just think that other people should not have to endure those ebbs and flows. If you want to be that artist, if you feel like it drives you here and you are okay, don't bring somebody with you. Spare them, please. All right, less than 5 minutes, y'all. Thank you for joining me on the ride if you're still here.
Seeing anyone right now, Nick?
Yes, I am.
And you said that with a smile.
Yes, yes. I've met somebody wonderful, and
He's seeing someone.
I feel excited about being with somebody I feel so authentically me with.
Thank you, Nick, so much. And JR, you good? You seeing anybody? You living life?
I'm good. Like I said,
He's got my eye twitching.
Some journey for myself, and I've gotten therapy. I'm working on some demons that I have in the past, and I'm in a good spot right now. I'm not dating anyone. I haven't dated since the experiment, and just living.
Thank you, JR. Zaina, how about you, girl? How you doing? Seeing anybody?
I'm not seeing anyone. I've been going out on dates, exploring.
As you
On the
should.
streets, but not like that.
Yep. My girl says she in the streets.
I truly took the time to prioritize healing. But outside of that, I've been thriving. I've been happy. I actually froze my eggs earlier this year. So I know I talked about it on the show, and that's something that I was excited to do for myself for my 33rd birthday. And I know it was a lot of unpacking and a lot of emotions with JR today, but I do just want to say that it's not all bad. Like, I still think you are a good human. I think you have great qualities. You just have to understand that everything that I had to relive and the perspective that I had of you and what I see now is the complete opposite. So it was very hurtful. But
he was being fake. Call it what it is.
You are a good person, and you did show up for me even with the egg freezing because you live across the street, and he helped me with a few of my
Not because you live across the street.
So I am very thankful
That's
for
what's so hurtful about what you said. It's like I would do anything for you.
Totally get that. And look, at the end of the day, I think the ultimatum was beneficial for you guys because you realized, A, how much you love these people. You've been together for years. You are a good person. There is good in all of us. You're just not good together. And I thank you so much for opening up again to us because it has been an incredible season. It's great catching up with every single one of you.
An incredible
Thank you so much
season?
for sharing your stories.
I don't know if that's the word we would use.
We want to tell you about something super exciting we're going to share with everyone also watching at home.
That's right. You can now experience the same high-stake decisions and drama, if you want to, that will put your love to the test. Now, only on Netflix games for iOS and Android, play the Ultimatum Choices. Are you ready to marry or move on? For now, I'm Nick Lachey.
And I'm Vanessa Lachey. Thank you so much.
We do not care about that game. Anyways, we made it, y'all. Ooh. A long stream because we went through 2 episodes. I want to thank you. If you truly did watch this with me, I want to do this again and again and again because there are a lot of times I watch stuff and I'm like, I just wish I can give you guys real, raw, like, reactions while I'm watching stuff. And hope to God this doesn't get flagged and pulled down and my channel get, like, I don't know, shut down. But if it doesn't, like, go down like that, then I'll definitely be doing this again. Next show I'll probably do a live reaction on is Married at First Sight. It might be happening right after this. So if you watch that show, definitely tune in. But I'm glad it's over. That was the Ultimatum. Season 3. Marry or move on. My final thoughts. This season was not good. I don't really know what I want to base that off of. It was dramatic, but I think that things happened in terms of other couples leaving and things that happened behind the scenes that ruined the experiment. I'm glad at the result of the couples that are no longer together and the one that is. So, yay. I tell myself I won't watch it again, but I probably will. And hopefully the Ultimatum Queer Love comes back, because that one is good. Okay, real good, real good, real good. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm hoping, because we've been waiting for so long, that means it's going to be really good. So that's it. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. And I'll see you next time. Bye.